From the banks of Podda in Rajshahi, we find ourselves in the land of the Sufi saints and the tea gardens. Welcome to Sylhet, the land of greenery and serenity. The ODI chapter of the Sri Lanka Women's Tour of Bangladesh 2026 is done and dusted, and now it's time for the T20Is. It's a new venue and it's a new commencement for the Bangladesh side as 3 T20 await in Sylhet, and the Tigresses are desperate to turn things around. Speaking of the condition, there was a bit of shower in the early morning that had us a little apprehensive. However, the covers are off and the sky seems clear, and we're all set to have a cracker of a contest. The players warmed up earlier. The Lankan side looks very much confident after wrapping up the ODI series with a victory. But Bangladesh, they look to be more promising. Nahida Akter, the star customer, also the experience of Fahima Khatun will be handy for the side, especially in this very format. She is very fruitful for the Bangladesh team. It's an overcast condition. The Lankans, they seem to have enjoyed it from the scorching heat of Rajshahi. It's a big switch in terms of conditions, and of course the pitch will also be something different from the ODI series. It's a lovely venue for playing cricket, and we're hoping for a great game of T20 International. Before the match, everyone becomes curious about the deck. There was a good amount of grass, proper rolling by the curator, and not much of a crack as we can see. So even bounce is expected in the pitch. And remember, it was under the covers as there was a bit of shower early morning. So some assistance is expected for the faster bowlers. So the skippers will have that in their mind in terms of deciding what to do after winning the toss. So the toss happened a little earlier, where Ahmed bin Parvez was down there with two captains.
We're here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium for the first of the three-match T20I series between hosts Bangladesh and visiting Sri Lanka. At the toss, I've got the two skippers, Nigar Sultana Jyoti and Chamari Atapattu, as well as Supriya Rani Das, our esteemed match referee. Jyoti will flip the coin.
Head is the call.
Head is the call.
It's tail.
And it's tails. So, Jyoti, what have you decided to do and why?
We wanted to bowl first because seeing the condition and weather, so we would like to take the advantages of this weather.
It's very contrasting, coming from Rajshahi, that extreme heat, and then here you have to contend with a different kind of weather. But you had a very good 2026 so far. The T20 team has done so well in the qualifiers. So does that give you a lot of confidence coming into this series?
Yeah, definitely, because we played it last T20 World Cup qualifier. We played really well. We were unbeaten there, and we scored each and every game, so 140 plus runs. So it gives us a little bit momentum for us for this tournament. But still, this is a very first game, and we really wanted to put our 100% here.
How important is this series leading up to the T20 World Cup as well in terms of preparation?
I think it's a massive preparation for us, definitely for both the teams, because before World Cup qualifier, it would be a great opportunity for all of us to see ourselves how actually we are prepared for the World Cup.
All right, all the best, Jyoti.
Thank you so much.
Chamari, you'll have to bat first. Any reservations regarding that?
Actually, we have good experience batting lineup. So the main focus is we have to execute our right plan, right time, and be positive, play our positive cricket. That's the most important. So most important thing. So toss doesn't matter.
All right. Have you looked at the pitch and what do you assess? What could be a good score over here?
Actually, if we can score 135, 140 is good score in this wicket.
And in terms of your team combination, are we seeing anyone new today?
Yeah, we are going with two changes. Experience Sugandhika Dasanayake back to inside and Mithali Ayodhya, newcomer. She debuted today.
All right. All the best, Chamari.
Thank you very much.
So we've got news from the center, and the toss has been won by Bangladesh, who have decided to bowl first.
Quite expected due to these overcast conditions. Assistants are expected for the fast bowlers, hence the Bangladesh skipper 𝗂𝗚𝗚𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗃, after winning the flip of the coin, has decided to bowl first. On the other hand, the Lankan captain doesn't seem to be much unhappy after losing the toss. She is rather eyeing to score something around 130 to 150, 140 in fact, and she reckons this will be an adequate total in this pitch. The teams, they're walking to the ground. The beautiful trophy is right in the middle, and there will be the eventual formalities, the national anthem from the green jersey to the red. The Bangladesh team will be hoping to have a change in their fate, in their performance, just like the color of the jersey. The match ref, Supriya Rani Das, the umpires, Rokeya Sultana, Eloise Sheridan, Shatira Jakir JC, Champa Chakma, all in readiness. So as the visitors, Hasini Pereira is out with the other teammates. The skipper is padded up, of course. She is about to open this innings. So we are all set for the national anthems of both the sides.
চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ, চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ, তোমার বাতাস আমার প্রাণে, তোমার আমার প্রাণে বাজায় বাঁশি সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি। ওমা ফাগুনে তোর আমের বনে গানে পাগল করে মনে, হায় হায় রে ওমা ফাগুনে তোর আমের বনে গানে পাগল করে ওমা ঘ্রাণে তোর ভরা খেতে কি দেখেছি, আমি কি দেখেছি মধুর হাসি সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি। কি শোভা কি ছায়া গো, কি স্নেহ কি মায়া গো, কি আঁচল বিছায়েছ বটের মূলে, নদীর কূলে কূলে। মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো, মনে হায় হায় রে মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো, মা তোর বদন খানি মলিন হলে আমি নয়ন, ওমা আমি নয়ন জলে ভাসি সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি।
A lot of emotion and passion during the national anthem for both the sides in this lovely venue for playing cricket. Everyone is enthusiastic. As we're about to kick off this encounter, it's time to have a look at the 11s. Chamariatapatu, Vihanga, Hansima Karunaratne, Harshita, Hasini Perera, Himesha Dulani, Inoko Ranovira, Kovisha, Madara, and it's a debut for Mithali. Bangladesh is led by 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃, Fahima, the experienced campaigner, is in the side, Marufa, the fast bowler, and the enthusiasm of 𝗬𝗏𝗂 𝗏𝗏. Ritumoni is here, as well as Sharmin Sultana, and Nahida is playing her match number 100. So it's a great moment for Nahida. As she's playing her 100th T20 international match. 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃 is handing over a memento with the whole team, and there is that magical figure. 100 matches, 115 wickets with the economy of 5.77. 5-wicket haul twice, and the best bowling figure is 5 for 28.
আমি যখন 2015 সালে ন্যাশনাল টিমে কল পাই, আমার যখন ফার্স্ট ম্যাচ খেলি তখন যে ফিলিংস আর 100তম ম্যাচের ফিলিংস আমার কাছে সেম ফিলিংস। লাভলি। আমাদের সাথে ম্যাচ খেলে আমার কাছে স্পেশাল সবসময় লাগে। স্পেশালি জ্যোতি আপুকে থ্যাংক ইউ, কারণ আমরা দুজন একসাথে ন্যাশনাল টিমে আসলে আমাদের ডেবিউ হয়েছে, স্টিল আমরা এখনো একসাথে খেলছি। সেই ক্যাপ্টেন্সি করতে আমি ভাইস ক্যাপ্টেন্সি করতেছি, এটা আমার জন্য অনেক বড় একটা পাওয়া। আমি আশা রাখি বাংলাদেশে আমি আরো অনেকগুলোর জন্য ম্যাচ খেলতে পারি এবং দলের জন্য কন্ট্রিবিউট করতে পারি।
Nahida was emotional. Addressing the skipper 𝗃𝗺𝗃𝗀𝗃 said, "We made our debut together, and it's great to have her as the skipper. She's leading the side. I'm the vice captain. So it has been a great journey in T20 International." As Marufa is gearing up to start the proceedings, as I say, a very good afternoon to 𝗂𝗏𝗻𝗻𝗄 bin Parvez.
Very good afternoon, Alif. It's been a great occasion here as you're here at the picturesque Sylhet International Cricket Stadium for the first T20I between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Lots of updates to be given to our viewers. Sri Lanka having a debutant in their side, and in terms of Bangladesh's credentials in this format, they've been undefeated in 2026, going undefeated throughout the ICC World Cup qualifiers earlier this year in January, winning the toss, electing to bowl first. The conditions, a lot of them jokingly saying, somehow mimics England, where the ICC Women's World Cup will be held in June. So this is perfect preparation for both the sides. Sri Lankan openers ready as well. Hasini Pereira has been in prolific form throughout the ODI series. Just on the back of a century in the third and final game that won her team the match and the series. And in comes Marufa for the first ball of the series.
Straight away, that hint of movement, and called wide by the umpire Chompa Chakma.
Marufa Akter has 90 on her back. Compared to a few other veterans in this Bangladesh side, she still has a lot to play for. But interestingly, as we've seen just a while ago, Nahida Akter, the second among the Bangladeshi players to reach 100 T20I matches.
Better. Line was slightly leg-side-ish from Marufa Akter. Watchfully placed as Hasini.
Would be interesting to see how the wicket behaves here. Bangladesh, they've decided to bowl first, and they've got two fast bowlers in their lineup. Marufa will have some support from the other end at least. That's going to be an interesting scene. She's got a slip in place as well.
Oh, opportunity which has been dropped. Went straight to the fielder at point. It was Subhana Mustari who's dropped an early chance.
Stuck her hand out. These sorts of catches, either they stick or they don't. It was a valiant effort nonetheless. Marufa giving a lot of width. Hasini Pereira going for it. And it was almost a nice attempt, a difficult chance, but a chance nonetheless. Marufa. She has been testing the left-handed batters outside the off. It will be interesting if Hasini Pereira goes for a similar shot, because now Marufa has protection in the deep on the offside. The other fielder outside in the boundary ropes is the deep third. So just the two fielders shored up on the offside for Marufa. Everyone else are within the 30-yard circle.
There will be a run. Quick throw in, but the batter was in her home. But speaking of the field, spot on Parvez, as Marufa has that outward movement, natural movement that she produces. So the batter plays a drive or a cut. The direction for the ball will be exactly that.
Right arm medium fast. She'd want to go to right arm fast probably with age. would want to increase some pace coming in around the wicket.
It will be interesting if she can move the ball outward even from this angle with the slip in position. It will be a very interesting contest between Hasini Perera and Mahrufa Akter.
She'll be using this ploy even in the ODI series. We've seen that Mahrufa picked up Chamari Atapattu in the third and final women's ODI at Rajshahi, bowling from around the wicket, creating that angle and then swinging the ball away.
Kept a tad low, straight to the fielder.
Some disciplined bowling here from Mahrufa. And the bounce looks pretty even. Ball's coming nicely onto the bat. The batters would like to take a few deliveries here. Sri Lanka also a brilliant 2026 so far in terms of this format. Went to the Windies, beat them 2-0. So they're off to a good start to this year.
Play and a miss. It was whiskers away from the bat. Hands on head of Mahrufa Akter. And that brings the end of the first over. It's 3 for none.
First over done and dusted. Will be interesting to see how Jyoti follows up on the next over. Will it be spin? Looks like the clouds are hovering around. We've had some rain last night, even in the morning today, but the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium has an excellent drainage facility. The groundsmen have worked really hard to make this match happen on time. We're going for faster bowlers from both ends, and 𝗂𝗂-𝗃𝗄, she's getting her first opportunity in this series. Was part of the squad but did not get a game in the ODIs. And she's got some brilliant records to her name. Chamari Atapattu, on the other hand, highest ever run scorer for Sri Lanka in T20I format. More than 3,000 runs, 3 centuries to her name as well. In comes 𝗂𝗂-𝗃𝗄, left arm medium. She can get some movement with the new ball. Doesn't have a lot of pace, which is why Nigar Sultana steps up.
Straight away, some movement. Beats the outside edge of Chamari Atapattu. Rightly mentioned, Purvis. She can move the ball and has got a couple of T20 international hat tricks also under her belt.
Yeah, that's some record to have, but being used scarcely by Bangladesh, since a lot of occasions they rely on Mahrufa and Ritumoni with the pace, and they've got lots of spinners. No slip in for 𝗃𝗄.
Again, that movement. Chamari Atapattu beaten all ends up.
She's not moving her feet a lot, Chamari. She's trying to see what the ball does after pitching. Definitely one of the most important batters in their lineup, Sri Lanka. They've got a very strong lineup. Even in previous occasions against Bangladesh, many of these batters have scored big runs. So they'll feel very confident about their ability.
Edged. And this one is running down to the fence. Will it have enough legs? Just as. Makes that diving effort going in vain. Boundary for Atapattu.
After the first couple of balls, I was a bit surprised not to see a slip in place for 𝗂𝗂-𝗃𝗄. That ball actually just rolled out through where probably a second slip could have stood. There was an edge. But Chamari will go for it. Nigar Sultana still standing up to the stumps, finding it difficult to take those balls cleanly. 𝗂𝗂-𝗃𝗄 won't mind the kind of shots that Atapattu has played so far.
Drag the length slightly back. Thought of a second run. Wisely denied by Hassini.
Just a single taken, a lot measured from 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 on that occasion. Made sure she opens the face of the bat right on time. The outfield is good as well. It's lush green. It's a very picturesque stadium here, one of the best that Bangladesh have. Surely the players will also enjoy the kind of weather that's on offer here. There is a breeze blowing.
Again, very good line and length, and that hint of shape is keeping an ambivalence in the mind of Hassini Pereira whether to go for the shot or defend.
Still a cautious start from the Sri Lankans. Bit circumspect at the toss. Chamari mentioned they'd like to score something around 130 odd. That would be a competitive total. But looking at how the wicket is behaving, if they can be a bit more brave in their approach, they could even go higher.
Shovels across, but straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. Ends the over with a dot after 2. It's 8 for none. Marufa to continue the next over. 35 T20 international played with 27 wickets under her belt. Well bowled at the channel, but the batter was equal to the task, Hassini Pereira. In fact, 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 takes a single.
The bowlers had a good time in Nepal earlier this year for Bangladesh as they went on an undefeated 7-match streak. Won that qualifiers tournament, got the trophy along with them, and have qualified for the T20 World Cup to be held in England later this year. Marufa picked up a few wickets in that qualifier.
Steps out, goes over the top, but finds a fielder at deep extra cover. Interestingly, Marufa is coming over the wicket against 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃, but when it comes to Hassini Pereira, she's changing her angle and coming from round the wicket.
Slip in place for Marufa. If you would ask her, she'd say, I love to bowl against right-handers and left-handers, but stats show that she loves to bowl against right-handers more.
Short and wide, cut so well to beat the fielder for 4.
That's 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃's power and precision. That was just smashed over the top of the infield. There was protection at sweeper. She found that gap very nicely there. The bounce and carry on offer. Had a few looks on where the ball could pitch and where it could come on to. And now she's suddenly coming into her elements. And that shot has actually prompted a change in the field. The slip fielder, Rabea, moves out.
Not a good delivery to bowl against 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗃. Short and wide outside the off stump. A lot of room for a batter like her. She absolutely pounced on it. Well bowled. A vociferous shout. Jyoti is also interested. Champa Chakma says no.
Could have been close. Big appeal from Marufa and the keeper as well. We're very confident. And what a wicket it could have been. 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 on strike. Bowling in from wide of the crease. This one just holding its line. Very close. Could be the extra bounce. Could have been sliding down leg. But it was very close nonetheless.
Marufa was literally pleading to the umpire Give it out, give it out. Jyoti was also interested, but it was denied by Champa. A dot produced by Marufa right after that appeal.
These are the kind of variations that she needs to bring more often, especially against the left-handed batters. Needs to try and test both the edges of the bat. Batters would know that the ball would predominantly pitch and then move outward, but sometimes she needs to bring the ball back in as well.
That's a very good shot. A strike and a half from 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. And it's a 4 from her below. And this completes the third over. After 3, it's 19 for none, the Lankans.
Bit closer to the stumps, but full enough. And the full swing of the bat. 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 went across the line in one previous occasion, did not find the gap, but this time was just nicely timed, over the top, intentional. Both the batters getting a few boundaries to their name, getting a lot of confidence as well. Sri Lanka have already got to a run rate over 6 at the moment. 19 for no loss after 3. There will be a change in bowling. Or will it? No. We've seen the ball in the hands of Subhana Mustari, who gives it towards Fariha Trishna for her second. Had a good outing in the first over. Beat the bat a couple of occasions. More of the same probably.
Only 5 runs given, so was a tad bit frugal too. Again, bowls that outswinger. Chamari Atapattu beaten yet again.
This is good bowling from Fariha Trishna. Teasing the batter outside the off stump. And probably a bit of lack of pace is beating Chamari on that occasion. She was much more fluent against Marufa. She's got a bit more pace about her. An evenly spread out field on the offside and the onside protection for Fariha Trishna.
Goes straight down the ground. Not the best of timing, but enough power behind the ball to go for 4. Fariha has been hit for a boundary.
Brilliant shot. Excellent shot from Chamari Atapattu. That's all power, all intent from her. Played it over the top. No chance for the fielder. A tad bit full from the bowler. No chance for the ball to swing. Chamari Atapattu. Again, a very quick start from her.
Goes again. Edgy. Could be the first wicket. No opportunity. Again put down. Nahida Akter has put down a difficult opportunity.
It was tough one more time. Chancing her arm, Chamari. Went for that shot one more time. Sliced. Did not come off the meaty part of the bat, and Nahida probably should have taken that. Easier than the one that Subhana Mustari had in the first over. But a couple of opportunities coming and going for Bangladesh. Chamari survives.
Again, a bit of shuffle. Going over the head of the bowler, but not finding the timing right. A single for 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃.
It's proving to be a very explosive opening partnership here from the Sri Lankans. 25 for no loss. We've seen that they have this habit of starting well. The opening stand more often than not produces the goods for them. As for Bangladesh, they're still searching for their first wicket here. Looks like a good batting wicket. Shouldn't be very much bothered about how the batters have been scoring. Power plays are there for the batters to score. Some change in the field position. Mid-off pushed back to long off, Subhana Mustari. And the deep third comes in.
Plays it watchfully. Does Chamari. Both the batters were eyeing to go straight down the ground. Chamari is very strong in that particular zone, Parviz. But again, 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 is also following that footsteps.
Both the batters have different approaches, if you'd ask me. Chamari wants to go square of the wicket on the offside and then go straight as well. 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 on a few occasions, we've seen her shuffle across with the attempt to try and play it on the leg side. So they've got different strong zones, these batters.
This one coming back in. 6 runs from this फ़रिह Trishnă over. After 4, it's 25 for none.
Batsman, bowler change. Right arm over, round ball change.
Change in bowling for the first time from the far end. Sultana Khatun, right arm off spin. Probably even more important in this Bangladesh side because Sri Lanka have so many left-handed batters up the order. Both the openers left-handers as well. She's got a slip in place. Sultana Khatun had a decent outing in the ODI series. An appeal straight away. Not out given by the umpire. Champa Chakma. A few hard decisions had to be made from her end. Straight away, keeping it straight. Sultana Khatun will be a good matchup to watch. Long off fielder comes in to mid off, and a deep square leg has been sent out. Steps out, attempts to go big. The ball is high up in the air and taken. Brilliant catch. The ball was hanging in the air for a while and almost felt like another missed opportunity for Bangladesh, but the catch was taken very nicely with a lot of confidence, and Hasini Pereira mistimes that. We'll have to walk back. Sultana Khatun has an immediate impact. Stepped out, could not get to the pitch of the ball, and the catch taken nicely. Pereira gone for 7 of 13, caught Marufa. Sri Lanka lose their first. An early enough breakthrough for Bangladesh. Sultana Khatun, as we've mentioned, even more important in this 11 because of so many left-handed batters in the Sri Lankan batting lineup. We've seen her exchange places in the 11 along with someone like a Meghla, who's also left-arm orthodox spinner. Started well. The new batter comes in. Paddles it immediately. Gets off the mark. Emesha Dulani batting at number 3 today. Another batter who was really impressed during the ODI series. Player of the series from that 3-match exploit that she had.
Indeed, a great player. Adjusted with the conditions of Rajshahi so nicely did Emesha Dulani. 50 in the first game, then heavy contribution in the third and the final ODI as well, along with the batter who's just departed, Hasini Pereira, formed a couple of substantial partnerships.
Chamari, will she go? Will she try and be a bit tentative here? Well bowled, kept low.
Chamari has been beaten outside the off stump on a number of occasions against फ़रिह Trishnă, now against Sultana. She seems to be struggling against the deliveries, which is outside the off stump and beating her edge.
Projected total 111. Surely want to get much more than that. Still early days. Steps out, checks her shot, no run.
This matchup seems very interesting between Sultana and 𝗃𝗃𝗃. Sultana is bowling in the nagging line. Even in the last one-day international, which was held in Rajshahi, there was an interesting contest between these two players, and Sultana kept things really tight for 𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Ends the over very well, almost a wicket there. Bounced over the stumps, much to the dismay of Sultana Khatun. But what an over it has been. A wicket and just a single. After 5, Sri Lanka 26 for 1. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 to continue. Slightly short. There is a fielder in the deep.
Trishna was extracting some early movement right from the get-go against 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and Hasini Pereira. It will be interesting if she can bring the ball back in against Himesh Adulani and give her some tough time with a ball in hand. That's a very sharp weapon for any left-handed fast bowler. If he or she can bring the ball back in and trouble the batter with some inward movement. Jyoti is making some adjustment in the field, bringing that deep mid-wicket fielder, in fact, deep square leg fielder inside the ring.
And just pushed mid off. Too long off. Expecting her to play through the line there. No, waits for it. Keeps it stump to stump. Very good from 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Indeed. We spoke about the matchup between Sultana and 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, but this time around, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 has also given a bit of tough time to 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. 16 from 17 is not a 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃-like innings for this.
Yes, but she's still out there and she can make it happen if she stays long enough. Big shuffle, big strike, and big results as well. The first 6 of the innings off the bat of 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
That's how she responds. Just when we thought that she's getting a little bogged down, she says, hold on, I'm getting out of my shell. What a strike over the covers. Effortless. Full swing of the bat from the meaty part, and the ball has wings to fly over the line.
Full again, beats the outside edge. Excellent comeback.
Still, Trishna is getting that movement, but Jyoti is not persisting with the slip. It will be interesting to have a slip on position.
Jyoti standing up, which means 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, even if she wants to use her feet, might be a bit circumspect, but she's so strong and can play through the line. We've seen her play those shots over the top. Again, shuffles an edge. Between the two fielders, the ball runs away for another boundary. Expensive over here from 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Streaky, but very effective for 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Absolutely not where she was intending to play that shot. A thickish outside edge, which went over the heads of the fielder of the inner ring. Nahida and Nahida Akter both were chasing. but the ball wins the race on this occasion. Fortune for 𝗂𝗻𝗓𝗃 Atapattu, and all of a sudden she's moved on to 26 from 20.
Good start for her. Good start for Sri Lanka within the power plays. Well bowled. Oh, again, not the cleanest of takes. Beats the outside edge again. And that's the end of over number 6. 37 for 1.
The power plays are done. The Lankans are 37 for 1 as Sultana comes to bowl her second over. 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, the on-field umpire officiating this game.
Long on fielder into action. Himesha Dulani trying to give strike back to Chamari Atapattu, who's looking good so far. Power plays are over. There are options for Nigar Sultana Jyoti to spread her field out.
She's doing so, changing the field after that single, and she has to be proactive as left-hand right-hand combination is out. After every single, the fielders need to be reshuffled as Chamari Atapattu is back on strike.
Straight away, rotation of strike. This is good from Sri Lanka.
Indeed, Sultana doesn't look to be happy. A quick single. Initially, there was a bit of jitters, bit of yes and no between Himesha Dulani and Chamari Atapattu, but eventually they completed the single with ease. There is a fielder at long on, deep backward square leg, and short fine leg has also been installed by Nigar Sultana Jyoti against Himesha Dulani.
Steps out and checks her shot. Good adjustment from Sultana as well. Drags her length slightly shorter.
Played 17 T20 internationals before this game. 12 wickets for Sultana Khatun with the best figure of 3 for 21. Is a handy off spinner for Bangladesh, especially in this very format.
Tries to smash it past the mid-on fielder. Good fielding. And still get a single.
After a while, 𝗂𝗻𝗓𝗃 Atapattu tries to use her feet. Was advancing down the pitch, but again, not finding the middle of the plate. Sultana is really testing her temperament.
Oh, edged! Past the keeper. The chase is on. And it will be cut off. Joita, the fielder. Couple of runs to Himesha Dulani. Again, could she have kept a slip fielder there? End of another over. 7 runs coming off it, or do we have one more? Probably have one more delivery as we have a look at that replay one more time.
Dulani was looking to throw a kitchen sink on that one.
Short and pulled away, and some good fielding in the deep. Big mix-up, an opportunity for a run out. Oh, it's been a comedy of circus from all ends. Fielders struggling, the batters not in sync in terms of the calling. In the end, that's the over. A very eventful one. After 7, it's 45 for 1. Trishna ends her 3-over spell. And in comes Rabia Khan. Right arm leg spin against Chamari Atapatu. Heavily guarded leg side. Long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square leg. Catch it was the call. Was very close to the fielder at mid wicket. A strong throw, and Atapatu will kickstart this over with a single.
Rabia played the first couple of matches in the ODI series, but was replaced by Fahima Khatun in the last match. Today, both of them are playing, so Bangladesh are having 2 leg spinners in the 11. And she was the customer who could produce turn even in a wicket which is completely flat and nothing for the spinners.
Off the back foot. Another chase for Nahida Akter, who does well. Some relay fielding. But the Sri Lankans pick up 2 more. So they're really trying to keep a tab on minimizing the number of dot balls conceded. Haven't seen a lot of them.
The rotation of the strike has been exemplary. When the boundaries dried up, they have kept the scoreboard ticking as much as possible. Chamari picked out the singles. 𝗵𝗺 Dulani also did so.
Off the back foot, this time! Oh, again! The wicketkeeper struggling at the moment. Dilara behind the stumps. Not being able to pick things cleanly, but the throw was difficult as well.
The throw was so quick for the keeper to collect and then break the stumps. The fielding hasn't been up to the mark from the home side. There were some blunders in the last one international as well in Rajshahi. This is the area where they need to work on.
Goes for the single. Oh, not close enough to the stumps. Clean take by the keeper, but Atapatu was in. The running has been an issue for Sri Lanka.
Indeed. Communication hasn't been up to the mark, just like the Bangladesh fielding. There were some miscommunications, some confusions between Chamari Atapatu and 𝗵𝗺 Dulani. They need to talk and I think clear things up, that how the signals should be exchanged between them.
It's a good partnership nonetheless. 24 of 20, very effective. She goes through the offside. Just a single though. And that brings up the 50 for Sri Lanka. After 7.5 overs, 50 for 1. Decent start.
Indeed, they're on the upper hand despite losing the first wicket. It doesn't seem like they're getting bogged down. Runs have flown and the batters also look so good.
Steps up, finds the gap, will get the boundary here. 𝗵𝗺 Dulani, a lovely stroke. And that ends the over as well.
Advances down the pitch, does 𝗵𝗺 Dulani. Not much pace behind that delivery from Rabia Khan. That really has allowed and encouraged 𝗵𝗺 to step down. And she made sure that the ball goes over the head of mid-on, because that long-on zone was vacant and she could earn a boundary with ease. So after 8, it's 54 for 1.
Nahida Akter for the first time in this match. Big milestone for her.
Her 100th T20 international match, and there were a special memento as well, handed over by the Bangladesh skipper Nigar Sultana Jyoti.
She's been such a great ambassador for Bangladesh cricket. Started off really early in her career, was in her teenage when she began with the senior women's national team. Now the vice captain, the second after Nigar Sultana to get 100 T20I matches under her belt. The highest wicket taker for Bangladesh as well in this format, 115 wickets and counting. ICC Player of the Month for November 2023 as well. So she's had her ups and downs in her career, and it's good to have someone with her experience leading Bangladesh here. We'll need her services even for the World Cup and beyond.
Rightly mentioned, Pervez, and she also mentioned that I and Jyoti started playing together in the national side. Now Jyoti is leading the side, I'm her deputy, and I'm honored to receive that memento from the skipper, who's started her career just with me. So it's a great day for her, and this is going to be an inspiration for a lot of girls as well in Bangladesh to see Nahida Akter being such a figure.
Absolutely. Started the over well. Did not give a lot of room to the batters. They've been trying to go for big shots, but so far just picking up the singles.
Good tight bowling from Nahida, hitting the optimal zones, not allowing much of a room for any of the batters, Chamari or Imesha Dulani. She's known for it. Tight and accurate bowling and keeping things difficult.
Bit of a collision. Ends the over. Nahida still hopping. After 9, it's 58 for 1. Nicely struck, finds the gap. Imesha Dulani, she loves that cover drive. Will get a boundary.
What a strike. Again, advancing down the pitch, hitting it over the top. Straight away, taking the attack on Sultana Khatun. It came from the middle of the blade. Hasn't really smashed. Just timed it and made sure the ball flies over the top. And the outfield did the rest.
Reverse and false-footed the fielder. It is another boundary. Improvisation as well from Imesha.
She is doing everything right in this point in time. Again, a tad bit short from Sultana Khatun. Not much of a pace behind that delivery, so Imesha could go for the reverse, and the fielder misfooted, had no answer and no opportunity as well to intercept. It was well away. So back-to-back fours in this over. Sultana under the pump.
Will pick up a single. This is excellent batting from Imesha Dulani. highest of 50 coming against India last year.
Carrying her form from the ODI series, where she has demonstrated a stellar of a show with the bat in hand. Again, the venue has changed, the format has changed, but Himesha Dulani hasn't changed much.
Some changes in the field, getting her angles right. Sultana Khatun should fancy bowling against Chamari Atapattu. Will she? The ball is high in the air. The fielder placed exactly for that kind of a shot. 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 completes the catch, and Atapattu, she has to go.
It's a big scalp. The Lankan skipper Chamari Atapattu perishes. Was playing against the turn, looking to go over mid-wicket. But 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 was there to grab a sitter. Use of the feet yet again. She hit the ball in that cow corner direction, but 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 was right underneath, who completes a very good catch. This is the end of Chamari Atapattu. Depart scoring 32 from 30. A second one down for the Lankans.
Thank you, madam.
A big breakthrough for Bangladesh as Sri Lanka skipper Chamari Atapattu was held in the deep. A nice catch from 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 and Sultana Khatun. She's done the job, picked up the two left-handers. Primarily, that's what she was brought in to do. Into her third over now. And another left-handed batter, Harshita Samaravikrama. Extremely talented. Nicely behind it.
This could be the moment for the home side to turn things around. They were right under the cosh. The partnership was going well, but they have struck. It's the time for the momentum shift.
Shuffled across, will pick up her first runs there. Slightly risky, it was aerial. There was no fielder in the vicinity. That's the end of the over as well. A successful one for Bangladesh. 10 gone, Sri Lanka 68 for 2. Nahida will continue. Just the 4 runs from her previous over. 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 will try to use the angle. Ample spaces on the leg side to access. 𝗃𝗵𝗶𝗀 with soft hands will get at least a single.
Was thinking for the couple as well. Denied by 𝗵𝗇 Dulani. They just have lost a wicket and there is no reason of taking any unnecessary risk for taking a single. The projected score shows 136, exactly what Chamariyatapattu mentioned during the toss, that they will be looking to score something around 130 to 140, and they think that this will be enough to beat Bangladesh, restrict them in the second innings.
Could not reach to the pitch of the ball, but still went through with that shot. 𝗵𝗇 Dulani very powerful through the covers. He'll get a couple.
Good piece of fielding as well in the deep by the Bangladesh fielders. There have been some fumbles, some blunders, but on that occasion, certainly has saved a couple of runs because it was in the gap. The fielder had to dive and the secondary fielder had to collect the ball and make the throw. 3 runs from this Nahida over. Runs are coming despite losing wickets for the Lankans.
Making use of the crease, slightly shorter. Lucky Nahida not to concede.
Some turn purchased. Not the biggest turner of the ball is Nahida. Rather, she loves keeping things tight as much as possible. But this time around, she's getting some turn.
Right above her head. That's a strong shot from 𝗵𝗇 Dulani. No chance for the fielder.
Straight back over the bowler's head. Straight as an arrow. The fielders that long off and long on had no chance to cut that one off. Went so straight over everyone's head. The bowler, the umpire, right in front of the side screen. The 𝗵𝗇 show continues.
She's looking very good with the bat. Ominous signs for Bangladesh. 28 of 17 and wants to get on to each and every delivery here.
She's on the peak of her confidence. She's finding the gaps, timing the balls well. So she's doing everything right and has that confidence and encouragement for going after every delivery.
Checks her shot. This is experience from Nahida. That's the end of the over as well. After 11, it's 75 for 2. Slightly fuller. 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 runs the first quick, goes for the second. A strong throw needed. Oh, at the non-striker's end. Almost an opportunity, but good running from the Sri Lankans.
Rabia wasn't standing at the right position. She was covering the stumps and blocking the option for the direct hit. Maybe thinking that direct hit won't be possible from that end of the ground. It's better to collect the ball and then break the stumps. A couple purchased in the first ball of this Rabia over.
Swept straight to the fielder. 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃, one of her go-to shots is that sweep. And she's rightfully playing it along with the turn as well.
Looks to be very confident from the word go. Not shy, not taking any time to get settled.
Winds up. Just pick up a single though.
For Bangladesh now, the big fish will be Meisha Dulani. If somehow they can get her wicket, then it will be a big scalp for the home side, and the bowlers will be having that ploy to get rid of Himesha.
Struck well, but good fielding within the circle. Saved a few runs for her side. Shorna Akhtar, was that Marufa? Probably.
It was Marufa at square leg. Himesha Dulani dragging the deliveries from outside the off stump, going against the turn, trying to prefer onside because the boundaries are unprotected.
What was that appeal for? I'm not sure. She walked across almost the entire length of that wicket and then still trying to play it down the leg side. There are gaps over there. Yes, that's enticing for her, but going against the turn sometimes is not the best of ideas. But Jyoti, I think, reactionary, sends a fielder back at the square leg region as well as protection.
Marufa Akhtar is the fielder, and now two fielders deployed on the onside to patrol the boundaries. Again, a single taken. So that's the end of the 12th. After 12, it's 79 for 2.
Batting card looks good for Sri Lanka. Hasini Pereira just 7, but Chamari did well. Dulani and Harshita as well, forming a good partnership here. So they've got a lot of batters down the line with 8 overs to go. Probably will look to go to 140 that they've promised at the toss. Just the 2 extras from Bangladesh. They've used all their possible bowling options. Shorna comes in, another one. Straight down the ground goes Himesha Dulani and finds the boundary. Brilliant.
Drill down the ground yet again. She loves that zone, as we previously mentioned. And she's proving again that how much she loves going down the ground. Not shy of going down the pitch against the leg spinner. Doesn't really matter if the ball turns and she gets stumps. She's got that courage and confidence. Shorna thrashed for a 4 in the very first ball she delivered.
Again goes straight. And the result will be the same. Back-to-back boundaries for Himesha Dulani.
What a start to this over for the Lankans. Again going down the pitch. Himesha Dulani bisecting those two fielders. One from long on, one from long off. Dive made, but went in vain. Tad bit short from Shorna, not the right line to bowl, really allowing Dulani to use her feet.
An appeal, muted appeal. This time went square of the wicket, showing the array of shots that she has. The results for the first 2 boundaries were actually pretty good because the first one she actually went to the pitch of the ball, got that boundary. The second one she played on the up. It wasn't there. She still went straight. Again, full face of the bat.
Turning out to be a very productive over for the visitors, already 9 runs. Shorna has been the customer to get prodigious turn in the ODI series. We had a lot of discussion about this. Despite having a flat wicket, she got good amount of turn, but not the best of starts for her in this very match. thrashed for a couple of boundaries from Himesha Dulani.
𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃 was enjoying the scenes from the non-striker's end and ensures that Dulani gets back strike. 42 of 27.
Turning out to be a great knock, which has a blend of aggression and class. Took the advantage of the loose deliveries, respected the good ones. Oh, could be an opportunity, stumping. That has been lost. Shorna has a big smile on her face.
Keepers have been struggling behind. Another opportunity missed for Bangladesh. 10 runs coming up with Sri Lanka on the ascendancy after 13, 89 for 2. Sultana Khatun will finish her spell. Actions happened in the final delivery of the previous over. Stepped out. No chance for her to get back. The clean take could have been good. And unfortunately, Dilara behind the stumps wasn't able to pick that up cleanly. An opportunity to get the big fish out. Keeps it within the stumps. Oh, misses the spin. Basics here. Joita. Rabia follows up. Will put the throw. We'll have to see whether she keeps the ball within the boundary ropes.
Fielding hasn't made up to the mark for Bangladesh. Even in the ODI series, there were a lot of fumbles in the final match. A lot of runs were leaked. Save from the boundary line. Rabia somehow protecting the boundary. Comes down the pitch. Harshita, there's the fielder. Oh! Through her hands. And it's gone all the way for half a dozen.
Subhana Mustari, the fielder, at long on. Probably a couple of feet in front of the boundary ropes. Was not able to judge where she was standing. Could she have dropped back a little bit? Could have made that catch easier. Instead, flicked her hand, went all the way. 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 gets her over boundary. Another chance created by Sultana, which was not taken care of by the fielder. Fielding has been a concern for Bangladesh.
The fielding coach has to work on these aspects. The catching, the keeping also. The ground fielding could be a lot better. Bangladesh are a way better side than this. Looking a bit off color in terms of fielding. Sultana hasn't been rewarded for good bowling. She was spot on from the word go, but now looking a little bogged down.
Lots of changes happening in the field. Jyoti placing herself at short third. Steps out again. The fielder at long off plays Subhana Mustari. One bounce to her. And Dulani will get a single. Projected total 143. They could get past 150 at this rate.
They're on the ascendancy. The Lankans are absolutely enjoying their time with the bat in hand. Not much of a pressure applied from the Bangladesh bowlers.
Sultana Khatun ends her spell. 2 for 29 over 4 after 14. Sri Lanka 99 for 2.
So this is how the bowling card looks like. 6 bowlers used by Nigar 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃. Sharna was the most expensive one, but Sultana Khatun certainly was the pick of the bowler. 4 overs, 29 runs and 2 wickets, also with a decent economy rate. Nahida was the most parsimonious, 5.5 from her couple of overs. Nahida Akter opened up the bowling, 13 runs from her couple of overs.
If you have a look at how or when the wickets fell, seems like a long time ago. So Bangladesh will need to break this partnership now. Partnership of 32, and in comes Marufa. Ew, that was an effort delivery. Just past the keeper and beats the deep third fielder as well. Dulani picks up another one.
Again, a touch of luck for Himesha Dulani. Everything is going in her favor. Seems like it's her day, and whatever she does is turning out to be productive. Came down the pitch, nicked from the outside part of her bat. That beats the keeper, beats the fielder at deep third as well. Boundary as a result.
Goes for it. Chase for the deep third fielder one more time. They'll go for everything from here on. 8 wickets in hand. Risks have to be taken. And they know they can make it big from here on, as the team 100 came up with that boundary of the previous delivery. Partnership 37 of 28, looking very handsome as well.
Courtesy of Himesha Dulani has been the chief architect of this Lankan batting lineup, on the verge of completing her 50 as well, and nicely accompanied by Harshita Samaravikrama. This left and right hand combination has puzzled the Bangladesh bowlers, and they're still struggling to find the cheat code of getting rid of this partnership. Marufa changing her angle, coming from round the wicket.
Effort ball, a grunt behind it. But what a stroke from Harshita Samaravikrama. Cracking shot for a boundary.
A lovely stroke. Slightly short, not much of a wide, but she made room for herself. And then went through the gap. Nicely pierced the offside field, just like a surgeon threading a needle. Fariha Trishna has no chance to stop that. Second boundary of this Marufa over, already 9 runs from it. She is under pressure.
Goes for the Yorker. Better from Marufa.
Roll of the finger as well. Tries to take the pace off to do something different, and Bangladesh bowlers have to do something different for breaking this partnership, which is looking ominous for them.
And look at that from Himesha Dulani. 48 of 31 in any context is a game-changing knock. Excellent strike rate, and she maintains it. Goes for that inside-out shot. Will just get a single this time.
She has to wait for completing her 50, but has played a magnificent innings this far. Batted with a rate of 150, which is humongous in women's T20I. 110 on the board for the Lankans.
Walks into the shot. Will at least get the run. It's partnership of 44 now. Sri Lanka move on to Nelson's 111 for 2 after 15. 5 to go.
The first T20I of the Sri Lanka Women's Tour of Bangladesh 2026. Worked away, left side by Harshita, and this brings the star customer 𝗵𝗺 𝗬𝗠𝗧 on strike. Will this be the delivery to complete her 50? The batter who's done everything right in this match. Yes, some loose shots, but fortune favored her. Nahida Akter, with a wealth of experience, would love to get rid of 𝗵𝗺 𝗬𝗠𝗧 in this spell. Has bowled well enough, but has to get a wicket. Backs away, but straight to the fielder. More patience required from 𝗵𝗺 𝗬𝗠𝗧 to complete her 50. Backs away, gets through the covers. That's the 50 for 𝗵𝗺 𝗬𝗠𝗧. A very well compiled knock. Raises her bat, hugs her partner, and she has a cause to smile. 50 from 34 deliveries with 7 fours, with the strike rate of 148, almost 150. Comes down the pitch. Does Harshita Samar Vikrama, three fielders chasing Maruf Akhtar after it, and she does so well to drag the ball back. One of the best fielders of the side is Maruf Akhtar, and she's known for those long sprints to the fence and pulling the balls back. We've seen so many instances of the same thing as we see the replay. The run like a cheetah, as Jan Bishop mentioned once in one of his stints. Again, use of the feet, hitting it in the gap, not finding it. Does well the fielder, Subhana Mustari, has been a busy customer in that particular zone. Patrol the long on boundary. $117 for the Lankans, and it seems like they will certainly surpass what their skippers intended to score. They should be eyeing for 150, although Chamari thought of scoring 140, and she thought this will be enough runs on the board to beat Bangladesh. The 50 partnership has come up in the meantime, 50 from 37 balls. And again, after the fall of the skipper, this has been a great partnership opportunity. Straight back to the bowler, Nahida Akter misses out. Again, a difficult one. Had to be a stunner that completes the 16th over. It's 118 for the Lankans. Rabia Khan is back. Steps out. Oh, was close to the fielder. Through the gap. Fariha Trishna chasing. And does so well in the end to protect the boundary. Subhana Mustari was the secondary fielder, but in the meantime, 3 runs taken by the Lankans, as I welcome once again Ahmed bin Parvez in the comm box.
Exciting times here for Sri Lanka. The new brigade turning up the heat. If you have a look at that excellent effort, brilliantly done from Trishna, saved a run Every run in this format is important. 𝗬𝗠𝗎 moved on to 50 of 34. Outside edge. 𝗵𝗵, the partnership looking good. Wickets in hand. Bangladesh, they won the toss. Elected to bowl first. But it's the Sri Lankans who have turned up today.
Steps out, goes over the top. But a fielder, 𝗃𝗫𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 will be found in the deep. So a couple of runs more for the Lankans. And now the Bangladesh bowlers are looking helpless. They're trying out everything in their armory, what they have. But nothing is working in their favor.
3 overs left after this. Will be important to contain Sri Lanka from here on. There is encouragement for Bangladesh. They've done well. We'll talk about that later.
Swept was aerial, but the gap won't be found.
Speaking about Bangladesh's exploits in this format, undefeated in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers earlier this year. They scored quite a few totals above 140, chased them as well, so that will be the only encouragement they have. Himesha Dulani, 51 of 35, 7 boundaries.
Full toss, sweeps it, does Himesha, but finds 𝗵𝗺 in the circle. She has been trying this shot again and again, shuffling across, then dragging the ball into the onside.
And has found them with success as well. 52. The hallmark of her batting has been her straight hitting as well. She's got a lot of power. Blends that with good timing.
Attempt of a reverse. Missed everything. The batter, the keeper, and then the fielder had to intervene to save the 4. Zuaidia Ferdous-Joita was the fielder and a single fetched. In fact, a couple of runs fetched in the last delivery after 17. It's 128 for 2. So the partnerships have been very healthy for the Lankans. The opening stand was there for 25 runs, but after the first breakthrough, things got better for them. Himesha Dulani and Chamariyatapattu put 42 runs on the board, and now the most substantial and the productive partnership between Himesha Dulani and Harshita Samaravikrama is going on. And the Bangladesh bowlers still looking for that breakthrough. 𝗵𝗺 is back for her 4th and the final over. Make some room. Hitting it straight. Too long off. Will just be a single.
She'll have to keep it tight. Of course, the batters will go for those big shots whenever they can. Just 17 deliveries left in this innings. They'll target 150 at least from here. And that would be a big total for Bangladesh to chase. We haven't seen Bangladesh going on chasing such big totals with regularity. 𝗵𝗺 would look to break this partnership. Samaravikrama on strike.
Again, shuffles. Plays aerial. Oh my goodness. The fielder makes a hash of a thing and the ball races off to the fence. This is so frustrating for the bowler. And the fielder looks to be in absolute frustration as well.
This is sloppy from Bangladesh again in the field. The ground fielding hasn't been good. Quite a few missed opportunities. This one was struck not off the meaty part of the bat. It was an easy situation there for the fielder. Subhana Mustari missed that completely.
Oops, something is wrong. Trishna had to abort her run-up. Was getting some swing in the earlier phase of the match against 𝗂𝗎𝗪𝗪𝗪 with the older ball, the softer ball. It won't be possible, of course, for her. But she has to hit the netting line. Plays it late. Does Harshita. Gets a single.
Both these batters still batting very sensibly here, not going for anything rash, putting pressure on the Bangladesh fielders. And at this moment, I think more than picking up wickets, Bangladesh will look to try and minimize the number of boundaries conceded. Anything less than 150, Bangladesh would feel they still have a chance.
Scoops it over the top. Joyita will have some task to complete, and she does well. Keeps the batter within a single. Coming back to that particular topic, Pervez, you said the Bangladesh bowlers will be eyeing to protect boundaries, but wicket will be the key if they want to protect boundaries. Both these batters are now looking so set, and they're playing their shots freely. So if they stay in the middle, then shots will be on offer for the Lankans, and they will be having runs from both the batters.
You're right, but at this point, whoever comes in will also go from the get-go.
Again, bit of shuffle. Hits it so well. The fielder becomes a viewer only as it sails over her head for a half a dozen.
That is a brilliant strike from Samara Wickrama. Immense power, shuffles across, sweeps that out of the meaty part of the bat, and that went the distance. I'll tell you, it's not a shorter boundary there, but she's cleared it nonetheless. Exhibition of power hitting from Harshita Samara Wickrama. Moves on to 44.
Edged. Safe. So that's the completion of the 18th over after 18. The Lankans are 141 for 2.
Just the 4 extras given by Bangladesh, but it was all Sri Lanka throughout the entire batting innings. And Dulani and Harshita Samara Wickrama still standing. The partnership 74. Already 141 on the board. Yes, it is a good wicket to bat on, but Bangladesh would feel they could have restricted Sri Lanka for lesser. Nahida Akter searching for her first wicket in this match. A landmark match for her. 100 T20Is for the Bangladesh vice captain. '75 of 51. What a partnership it has been. They took their chances. They've hit the right areas in terms of where they want to find those gaps. Go straight. Challenge for the mid-on. In fact, the long-on fielder, and not able to get onto that. Another boundary off the bat of Harshita Samara Wickrama. It's a lovely strike straight down the ground. Finding the right areas. Vacant spaces between long off and long on. Call for 2, but we'll have to be satisfied with the single. So runs are flowing here for Sri Lanka. Gradually building up a side that can be very competitive in the Women's World Cup coming up. qualified for the World Cup directly. Bangladesh had to go through the qualification phases alongside the Windies. Stumped! Nahida picks up her first. Finally, some joy for Bangladesh. 𝗵𝗺𝗀 𝗠𝗀𝗧 steps out, misses the ball completely. But what she's done in the process has helped Sri Lanka in a big way. Nahida picks up a wicket. She went way down the wicket. No chance for her to come back. Once she missed, she knew her day was done. But what a knock from 𝗵𝗺𝗀 𝗠𝗀𝗧. 55 of 40. Nahida picking up the wicket, and the third one falls for Sri Lanka.
Two balls to go, okay?
Straight away, off the back foot, goes off the mark. New batter, Hansima Karunaratne. Another one who was amongst the runs in the ODI series. Sees the ball, and they cannot go for the second. So Nahida finishes off her spell. 4 overs, 1 for 26. One more over to go. Sri Lanka 149 for 3. The final over, Marufa to come in, but this is what happened. The wicket that Nahida picked. Himesha Dulani stumped, and finally some relief for Dilara behind the stumps. She did not have the best of times. We're back live and back with a boundary off the bat of Harshita Samaravikrama. She's going on in her merry way, and she gets her 50 as well. 50 of 30 deliveries, an aggressive batting display, and now 54 of 31. Not a lot of celebrations from her end, but Sri Lanka, they are picking up those runs. 150 up for them as well. That was the shot. Went through with it anyway. Was a big gap behind deep backward square, and she found that. Marufa probably needs to go for a Yorker. Has fielders set up on the leg side predominantly to defend those boundaries. Backward square, sent back to the boundary. No. Yes. Mid wicket as well, and the long on fielder. Nobody in the deep on the offside. She has to keep it straight. Keeps it straight, but goes through the offside. Does Samaravikrama. One bounce onto the ropes. Another boundary there. Exceptional hitting from Harshita Samaravikrama. Bringing in the vintage flavor that the Sri Lankans have. Moved away. And the free flow of her hands, the extension was superb. Marufa having a discussion with Nigar Sultana Jyoti, the skipper, who hasn't had the gloves on her hand for the entirety of this innings. 4 more deliveries to go in this over. Sri Lanka have already made a brilliant start. Harshita Samaravikrama, the one for the future, the one that will lead Sri Lanka to the next level. The weather is clearing up as well. In the air, there is protection in the deep. Sharna throws to the non-striker's end, but the batters managed to pick up the double. 2 more runs added, 10 of the first 3 deliveries. Sri Lanka racing on to 159 now. This is the sort of total which they'll feel very comfortable defending. Strong throw from Sharna, just a bit away from the stumps. Can't find the boundary this time, will just get a single. Hansima Karunaratne will face the 5th ball. Just the 2 deliveries remain. 𝗃𝗧 has been expensive in this game. Created a few chances with the new ball under overcast conditions. The fielders weren't up to the task to help her out. And in at the death, she's struggling as well. Conceded 36 already. That's slower, but picked away. 1 bounce to the fielder. And that will mean that Harshita Samaravikrama will be facing the final delivery of the Sri Lankan batting innings. What an innings it has been. Each and every batter coming in to contribute. The partnership flowed, especially the batting through the middle overs was exceptional from Sri Lanka. Created a perfect platform. The final delivery of the innings goes straight to the hands and taken. Rabia Khan will be satisfied with that catch. 𝗃𝗧 picks up a wicket from the final delivery of the innings. And it was the wicket of Harshita Samaravikrama, who's played her hand nonetheless. A brilliant knock from her. And Sri Lanka end up with 161 for 4 from their 20 overs. Lost the toss, they were put into bat first. But from there on, it was all Sri Lanka. As the sun is peeping through the clouds here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, it will be Sri Lanka who will feel more comfortable getting into the break. As we have a look at that final delivery, it was swung away. The timing was good, too good for her liking. Went flat and straight to Rabia Khan. Picked up the catch, much to the satisfaction of 𝗃𝗧. Bangladesh will rue their opportunities. A few catches being dropped, a few run-out chances not taken. And as a result, it's Sri Lanka who've posted a very, very good total on the board. Up top, Hasini Pereira, 𝗂𝗧 𝗪𝗪𝗪, a 25-run partnership. 𝗂𝗪 went for 32. Sultana picking up the first 2 wickets, but then it was that massive partnership between Dulani and Harshita, both of them getting 50s. And Hansima in the end was the other batter not out. Just the 4 extras, but Sri Lanka will feel that they've done really well. Post a total of 161 for 4 on the board. This is the card for the Bangladesh bowlers. 6 bowlers being used. Sultana, pick of the bowlers, 2 for 29. A wicket for 𝗃𝗪 and Nahida. But as you can see in the economy rate, none of them were able to dominate these innings. And Sri Lanka, they have played with a lot of consistency throughout the 20 overs. All started well for Bangladesh, creating a few chances there. Atapattu and Hasini Pereira chancing their arms, hitting it straight down the ground on a few occasions, making room. And that was the first wicket. An excellent catch. Early signs for Bangladesh, they were in the game. 𝗃𝗪 with that catch. From then on, it was the 𝗂𝗪 Atapattu show. Ramesh Dulani also winding up on a few occasions, hitting them straight over the top, using the feet very well through the covers as well. She was very fluent, taking the challenge of playing against the turn. Improvisation from Ramesh Dulani, supplemented by those big shots from 𝗂𝗪 Atapattu, but she held out to Fariha Trishna. A good catch in the deep. Bangladesh thought they were back in the game. Sri Lanka lost their second for 67 runs. But after that, in came Samara Wickrama, a left-handed batter. A few shots straight over the top. Subhana Mustari missing an opportunity there. It's very good square of the wicket as well, finding those gaps easily. Bangladesh ground fielding hasn't been good. That's sloppy from Subhana Mustari as well. We're struggling throughout. And the Sri Lankan batters played all over the park, especially Samara Wickrama with some explosive shots. The timing was really, really good. And that was the final delivery of the innings where she got out. And Bangladesh will now need 162 runs to win from their 20 overs. We'll be back very soon with the Bangladesh run chase.
during the World Cup qualifier for Bangladesh. And in terms of T20 cricket, Bangladesh are having a very good time. Opening bowler for Sri Lanka, Madara. In fact, Sri Lankan cricketers, they've had a very good outing during the ODI series. Had a clinical victory over Bangladesh by a margin of 2-1. Bangladesh was very much prominent in the first ODI match. They were very much on top against the Sri Lankans. But after that, the Sri Lankans actually bounced back by the grace of some brilliant captaincy by 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗃, along with some brilliant performance by the player of the series who scored a half century today, 𝗵𝗍 Madara steaming in for the first delivery. Pitching it up, she was just poking at it, got the outside edge. No run at the first ball.
One good thing about Sri Lanka is that they'll know Bangladesh do not have any left-handed batters, so they can plan accordingly. And this partnership has been fruitful for Bangladesh throughout the ICC Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers. Joyita and Dilara, they gave Bangladesh quite a few very quick starts in those matches.
Very much wide, taking the aerial route, got the gap at the very early stage, but chases the boundary. Off the mark, Bangladesh.
That's a cracking shot from Dilara. Exactly the kind of way she loves to play. Very aggressive in her intent. That was wide outside the off, not much movement inwards, and Dilara went over the top. No fielders in the deep. Protection in front of the wicket, and Dilara finds the gap. She's going to play kind of innings that Bangladesh need, especially within the power plays. There are shots on offer, there are gaps to be played on. She's got a good start here. Bangladesh off the mark here.
That's a brilliant comeback. A hint of movement to offer by Madara, shifting back in towards the right-hander, just leaning forward for the drive. Dot ball.
The weather actually dictates a lot of things, and the wicket as well. We've seen both the teams go with one pace bowler in that ODI series, but here we've seen that they have two fast bowlers. Malki Madara, the right arm fast. There is another debutant for Sri Lanka as well, who is a medium fast bowler.
Going down the leg side, a bit of wrist work by the batter. Picks up the single. That brings 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗃 Joyita into the strike for the very first time in this match.
She's got a strike rate of over 100 in T20 internationals. 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗃 Joyita can keep as well. Was left in the outfield today. The keeping was done by Dilara for most of the time.
Going down the leg side. Wicketkeeper misses the ball, but very well backed up by the fielder at short fine leg. Picks up another run for Bangladesh by the grace of the extra.
Bangladesh will take any run that comes their way. They need a good power play. They need to keep wickets in hand as well. 162 means they'll have to score at above 8 and over from the get-go.
Swing and a miss. Just missed the opportunity. I think it was serving on a plate like an invitation by Madara. Pitching it up. A hint of movement, but misses completely 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗃.
Yes, there was some extra bounce as well. Went over the bat. We all can see what Zuraira wants to do. There are spaces on the long on region which she wants to target. That's her favorite area.
Dot ball to finish the over, I guess. It's 6 for no loss, Bangladesh.
No.
Mithali, the debutant, bowling from the combox end, starting the proceedings from this particular end. Bangladesh winning the toss, deciding to field first to take the best advantage out of the condition. But it was some brilliant batting by the Sri Lankans that they have scored a mammoth total of 161. Such slinging action. Mithali, like Lasith Malinga, following the route of Lasith Malinga, Pathirana, and then another cricketer on process, Mithali, with the slinging action.
Ithali Ayodhya, just 19 years old, graduated from the under-19 side, making her debut. A memorable moment for her and her family for sure.
I think that just came out of surprise for the batter, because the slinging action, definitely the angle, Bangladeshi batters are not that much used to playing those kind of deliveries. Even they do not have any kind of made bowler available like the slinging action of Mithali. They may bring someone in the nets. That shot whipped away, and that's the maximum. First 6 of the innings.
She waited and waited, Dilara, and finally got the connection right. 2 balls she took to have a look at the new bowler, but this one was short enough. There was a fielder in the deep, but it was way beyond her reach. Dilara showing her stroke, making her power. Couple of boundaries to her name already, a 4 and a 6. So Bangladesh have made a good start, and they actually need to target a debutant. Probably will be under a bit of pressure here, Mithali Ayodhya.
It was in the air on that occasion, but the fielder over there just tried to move forward and make a drive, but missed that completely. Narrow escape by the batter.
Was not controlled by Dilara. Went early into the shot, almost reached the hands of the fielder at catching cover. Has been a good comeback from Mithali.
That's good batting. Sloppy finds the gap. I think that will bring out another boundary for Bangladesh. Dilara, she's on a mission.
Nicely finds the gap. Dilara, she just has to bat in 5th gear from ball number 1. Mithali's got some pace about her. Just opened the face of the bat at the last minute to avoid the fielder. A very, very good boundary. That will give her a lot of confidence.
Not playing with the hard hands, just a lean forward for the drive, opening the face of the bat. It was pure timing by Nahida Akter. It was quite up pitch, but once again finds the gap, chase on for the fielder, but that will race away for another boundary. Brilliant stop by Nahida Akter. And with the grace of the boundary, Bangladesh has managed to race to 20 for no loss after completion of 2 overs.
Nicely struck. This is a big over for Bangladesh in terms of runs. 14 coming off it, and all off the bat of Nahida Akter.
That has been brilliant stuff by the Bangladeshi openers. Nahida Akter scoring 19 of 10 in the previous over, purchasing 14 runs against a slinging pace bowler, just using the pace of the ball. Change in the bowling from that end. Sugandhika, the left-arm orthodox spinner, has brought into the action.
More than 50 T20I matches to her belt. Sugandhika, the experience. Chamari Atapatu at the toss talked about bringing her in Wasn't part of the ODI side, but has been introduced in this. T20 specialist for Sri Lanka.
Clears mid off and clears the boundary as well. Welcome runs for 𝗁𝗃𝗿𝗂𝗃.
That's a lusty blow from Joita. That was all power from her. It was full and she went straight, just evading the fielder, reaching out. That's a nice start to the over for Bangladesh. 𝗁𝗃𝗃 gets her first runs on the board.
That's a brilliant start by the Bangladeshi openers. Brave start. Once again playing with the hard hands, but this time was not able to manage the gap.
We usually don't see both the Bangladesh batters being aggressive, but here there is a change in pattern, the change in brand of play that they want to do. Dilara and Joita, both aggressive hitters.
That's a brilliant shot. Goes downtown, goes over mid-off and purchases another boundary. She's on fire, 𝗁𝗃𝗃.
The Sri Lankans trying to pick up a wicket by enticing the batters to hit big. But so far, they've not got the reward for it, because Bangladesh, they've really targeted those straight areas really well. 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃 loves to hit straight down the ground. A fielder immediately placed now at long off after seeing those two boundaries going over the top.
A tad short, but managed it well. Rocking back, purchasing the single. That's been brilliant stuff by both the Bangladeshi openers. Dilara batting at 19, 𝗁𝗃𝗃 moves on to 9. Bangladesh are heading towards a mammoth target. Right now, 29 for no loss.
They've made a brilliant start here. I think something that the team management would be very happy about. All wickets in hand. A very aggressive start by both the batters. Current run rate way above what's required at the moment.
Going down the leg side, a wide signal by the umpire along with a bye. 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃 had to hurry. Successfully purchased the single on that occasion. Bangladesh moves on to 31 by the grace of this bye and alongside with the wide. Now that's very interesting. Whenever 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃 is batting, there is a long off in place. But in the case of Dilara, mid on and mid off, up into the circle. Another wide. I think the pressure is mounting up for the Sri Lankans this time.
Sugandhika did not have a good start. Still looks like she's just about warmed up, not in her best rhythm. This is her first outing here in Bangladesh.
That's good cricket. That's brilliant cricket by 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃. They were calling for the second, but denied by the strikers. Denied at the striking end. After 3 hits, 33 for no loss, Bangladesh. A brave start by the Bangladeshi batters that actually forced the Sri Lankan captain Chamariya Tapatu to introduce herself into the middle. 4 bowlers being introduced, and we are heading towards the 4th over. A tad short, just opening the face of the bat, poking it towards cover.
Will be an interesting battle here. 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃 and Dilara both want to hit through the mid-wicket.
This time the invitation clears mid-on, 1 bounce to the fence. That's been very brave by 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃, welcoming the Sri Lankan captain with a boundary.
That's an excellent strike from 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃. Joita, another example of how she loves to hit straight down the ground. Mid-on fielder in the circle. Chamariya Tapatu floats that in And her eyes lit up. Just look at that bat swing from 𝗬𝗧-𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏. A young talent who has a lot of different attributes about her. Doing the job.
That's good cricket. Chase on for the fielder. Couple of runs being purchased by the batters. That's good cricket. 𝗬𝗧-𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏. A boundary followed by purchasing 2 runs. They are into the pressure, the Sri Lankans.
Very interesting character. 𝗬𝗧-𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 got her ODI debut in the series against Sri Lanka. Did not do well, but this is her forte.
This time, she's deceived. She's deceived by the slowness of 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏. Inviting the batter to come forward, 𝗬𝗧-𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 misses that completely. And the bowler with the magical arm strikes once again. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏, that is what she's known for.
Comes in and straight away gets the breakthrough. Just as we were about to say, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 was going all guns blazing. Her innings comes to an end. Nifty glove work from the keeper as well. 𝗬𝗏 goes on for a decent enough score. Yes, she skipped out. Her back leg still out. And she departs. 16 of 12 deliveries. Bangladesh 39 for 1.
We have been talking about 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏, the Sri Lankan captain with the ball. She's very much underrated at the highest level, but every time she introduced herself with a breakthrough. And that has been the key feature for 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 in the ODI series against Bangladesh. New batter in. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗃 starts off with a cracking cover drive, purchasing the single.
Straight away off the mark, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗃, another one who was in great form as Bangladesh stay undefeated in that ICC Women's T20I qualifiers tournament. Was amongst the runs. Dilara, she has to keep going. 19 of 10 lost her opening partner, but will still have to keep the focus on.
Good batting. Dot ball to finish the over after 4 hits, 40 for 1. By the grace of some brilliant bowling by 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏, Sri Lanka have managed to purchase a wicket. After 4 hits, 40 for 1, Bangladesh, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗃 and Dilara. Both the batters are into the middle, and that brings out my fellow commentator Alif Tasneem to come back into the comm box. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sami. Bangladesh did have a rollicking start with the bat in hand, courtesy of 𝗬𝗏 and Dilara. So many runs scored in the first 4, but 𝗬𝗏 perished in the last over. Kept a little low, Madara, hitting back of the length, and the ball is keeping also low.
I think it's all about momentum. When you were playing T20 cricket, you got the momentum by the grace of the openers. Now you need to capitalize on that. Dilara batting on 19 of 11, Sharmin batting on 1. There was a hint of movement by the pace bowler Madara, and definitely she loves to bowl to the right-handers, shaping the ball in towards the right-handers. Whenever she pitches it up, it becomes very difficult for the batters.
He was in the air for a while, giving tough time to the Bangladesh batters. This has been a good start for the home side. At one point, they were going with a rate of over 11, but after the wicket has created the pressure.
That was the length I have been talking about by Madara, pitching it up, just providing a narrow space to the batting side, shaping the ball in. It really creates the confusion onto the batter's mind.
Well bowled, the leg cutter comes out of the armory. She's trying out everything.
That's brilliant cricket by both the sides. 𝗫𝗺𝗻𝗃𝗃 just to cut off the swing. She was coming forward and watching the batter, following the route of the batter, just the variation. This time it was the leg cutter provided by Madara. Not that one she's very much known for. She's very much prominent to nip the ball in towards the right-hander. But this time the ball was shaping away. That's brilliant stuff.
That struck hard, but straight into the hands. That's the end of 𝗫𝗺𝗻𝗃𝗃. She was looking to throw a kitchen sink at that one, but gets caught at extra cover.
Being very much tentative, 𝗫𝗺𝗻𝗃𝗃 was very much confused whether she should go for the shot or not. And the hint of movement in the air did the trick for Madara. Second wicket goes down for Bangladesh. Now the pressure has been shifted towards the home side. Have a look at the replay. The ball was shaping in towards the right-hander, coming forward. Just fetched the ball, and there was a protection at the 30-yard circle in the covers. 𝗫𝗺𝗻𝗃𝗃 goes for one, facing 5 deliveries. Second wicket down for Bangladesh. They are just struggling right now.
Nihgar Sultana-Jyoti, the skipper, comes out to bat at number 4 under a situation where her team is under pressure. Mistimed shot, straight to the fielder, no chance of a run.
Nihgar Sultana-Jyoti, coming in with a lot of experience under her belt, has been leading the side for last couple of years, and as I earlier mentioned during the ODI series, her nickname is Jyoti, and translating that one, she's been the enlightening factor of Bangladesh national women's cricket team for a very long time, leading the side from the front.
A vociferous shout! Up goes the finger from Chompa Chakma. The skipper of Bangladesh goes back for a knot. Yet another one bites the dust, and the Lankans are on the ascendancy.
I think there might be some confusion regarding Nihgar Sultana-Jyoti. Was slide moving forward, then the ball was going down to the leg side also. So that might be a confusion, but end of the day, the umpire provided the decision. Nihgar Sultana-Jyoti, she has to go to the pavilion, not traveling, not bothering the bat, the scorers. That has been a disappointing stop by Nihgar Sultana-Jyoti. Third wicket goes down for Bangladesh.
It's 40 for 3.
So third wicket goes down for Bangladesh, and I have been talking about the line of that particular ball. Nihgar Sultana-Jyoti made a back and across movement. After that, the ball was shaping in towards Nihgar Sultana-Jyoti, but maybe it was just slanting down the leg side. Third wicket goes down for Bangladesh.
Outside edge. Goes through the cap. Long chase for the fielder, which will go in vain. A streaky boundary for Dilara, but of course, a much needed one for Bangladesh.
She's been very much prominent of taking on 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 from the very early stage. In the previous over, 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 conceded 14 runs. And by the grace of some brilliant batting by Nahida Akter, this over starts off with a boundary. Just using the pace of the ball, opening the face of the bat, sliced it towards deep third man. There was a vacant place at the boundary, bisecting between two fielders, played the shot deliberately. Nahida Akter, she's having a flying start.
Tries to go again. Beats by the swing. Gets beaten by the swing of 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃. She's using the angle, 𝗫𝗺𝗻𝗃𝗃, taking the ball away from the right-hander.
And definitely that slinging action brings out the confusion over the batter's mind. But in this particular occasion, what we have seen, 𝗬𝗧 has been playing Mithali with full confidence and has been using the pace of the ball very well, not bothering so much about the action.
Wrapped on the pads. Shout! Given! Another one gone. Bangladesh are staring down the barrel.
That was plumb. That was plumb, and that was very much reckless by Nahida Akter. Just try to whip the ball away towards mid-wicket. The ball pitched onto the leg stump and was shaping away from the right-hander. Have a look at the replay. Nahida Akter clearing her front leg. Got a narrow stint on that occasion, but somehow misses the bat completely. Hit her onto the pads. A promising innings of Nahida Akter comes to an end. Nahida goes for 23 of 14. Fourth wicket goes down for Bangladesh. It has been a roller coaster ride of this innings so far. At the very early stage, Bangladesh were putting pressure onto the Sri Lankans. But right now, the pressure has been shifted. Pressure is mounting up towards the Bangladeshis. The home side, they have lost 4 wickets in quick succession by the grace of some very good game plan and brilliant bowling by the Sri Lankans, and followed by some reckless shots by the Bangladeshi batters.
Again, slightly edgy. Gets protected from the infield. Bangladesh are now under extreme duress. It's all 4 on the scoreboard, 44 for 4, as Nahida Akter comes out to bat.
We have been talking about the cricketing culture of Sri Lanka. They are always very much willing and keen to promote unorthodox kind of players. We have seen Lasith Malinga, Matisha Pathirana. This time another one on the card for Sri Lanka.
Well bowled. Again, maintaining the channel, keeping it stump to stump. Just how she got the last wicket. She's trying that particular delivery yet again.
And definitely the line was very much confusing for the batter, because it was in the blind zone, pitching on the leg stump. And after that, it just shaped away towards the right-hander. In fact, that has been the confusion. The angle, the action, the trajectory.
Well, some swing in the air as well. She's having a great time with the ball in hand as the power plays are done. After 6, Bangladesh are 44 for 4.
Bangladesh really had a very good start in the chase, but somehow they have lost the momentum. Right now it's 44 for 4. At one stage, I can remember it was 39 for no loss. From there to here, it has been a long route taken by the Bangladeshi batters. They were just throwing the wickets away. This time a change in the bowling. 𝗂𝗃𝗃 has been brought into the attack.
Wait. Okay.
𝗂𝗃𝗃 𝗃𝗃 played all 3 matches of the ODI series as well. Again, had a roller coaster ride with the ball in hand. Throws the ball in, driven but straight to the fielder.
She's been very much prominent of bowling those incoming deliveries to the right-handed batters. 𝗂𝗃𝗃, we have been talking about her run-up, the entire bowling biomechanics that has helped her a lot. And definitely these kind of bowlers are very much prominent in the shorter format of the game nowadays.
Again, straight to the bowler. So both the Bangladesh batters are new in the crease. They're taking some time to settle down. And the team is also under the pump. So now, everything in favor of the Lankans. Down the leg, appeals, but called by the umpire Monica. In fact, Champa Chakma.
Power play is done and dusted. We are heading towards the 7th over right now. 5 fielders are allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Singles are available. I think they need to go through a rebuilding procedure. At this stage, Sri Lanka were way behind as far as runs are concerned, but Bangladesh have already lost 4 important wickets.
Sliding down the leg yet again. Not given, and no white call. Maybe brush the pads.
Maybe brush the pads onto the roots of the gloves of the wicket-keeper. But she's been very good as far as purchasing the turns. Kavisha Dilhari was very good in the ODI series, maintaining a decent line and length.
Again, keeping things as tight as possible, not offering any sort of room for the Bangladesh batters to wind up. This is turning out to be a very good first over from Dilhari.
That has been the key feature of Dilhari, maintaining the line and length very tight, always very much containing, and also keeps pressure onto the batting side. That really enforces the batters to commit some mistakes. Right now, some change in the field. There is a long on in place, along with a deep mid-wicket, and Richter coming back in once again. Big appeal, denied by the umpire.
There was turn, there was bounce, a lot of bounce purchased from this very delivery. So the ball was certainly sliding down the leg. Champa Chakma not interested in that appeal. Only a couple of runs from this over. And this signal makes it 3. A very productive one for the Lankans. After 7, it's 47 for 4.
It was a flying start by the Bangladeshi batters, but all of a sudden they have lost the momentum. As soon as Chamariya Tapatu, the captain of Sri Lanka, came out to bowl into the middle, that has been a sad-looking scorecard for the Bangladeshi batters. Dilara starting up the proceedings with 23 runs of 14. 𝗂𝗂𝗃 scoring 16 of 12, but after that, it has been the telephone digit 1011 by the Bangladeshi batters. That short, playing with the hard hands. Nahida Akter has been very much prominent in terms of using her feet. Has been very much proactive into the middle during the ODIs.
Backs away yet again, but hits it straight to the fielder. The Bangladesh batters are struggling to find the gaps.
I think that has been the invitation by the left-arm orthodox spinner 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃, bowling it a bit wider, forcing the batter to fetch.
Goes down the leg, worked away onside. Thinking of the second run, they're coming back for the second, and the throw wasn't the best.
Being very much tentative on that occasion, both the Bangladeshi batters, Nahida Akter and Shobana Mustari. Shobana has been the nucleus of this Bangladeshi batting lineup as far as T20 cricket is concerned, averaging over 40 in women's T20 international. And in terms of T20, what we have earlier mentioned, that Bangladesh were having a very good time.
Again, worked away. Singles will be the key right now as the boundaries have dried up for Bangladesh. They just have to keep the scoreboard moving as much as possible. 50 comes up for the team. It's 50 for 4.
Had 7 out of 7 in the last T20 fixtures in the World Cup qualifiers, although all the wins came against the associate nations, but winning is a habit.
Indeed, winning is a habit, but Bangladesh right now looking a bit off track. Again, well bowled from 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃, bowling the armor. 3 runs from this very over. The run rate is now going down, declining after every dot. Another dot to finish the 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 over. After 8, it's 50 for 4. slightly floaty from 𝗂𝗃𝗃 gets a single, does Shorna, as they welcome Mohammad bin Parvez back to the comm box.
Thank you very much. Required run rate for Bangladesh, 9.38 at the moment, under extreme pressure.
Wrong one. In fact, not the wrong one. It was turning just like an off-spinner. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 getting some turn. We haven't seen much of turn from this pitch, from the spinners. A single will be fetched.
Focusing on the singles at the moment, Mustari and Shorna. I think the biggest thing here for Bangladesh would be to try and build up a partnership. They'll have to find momentum later on. At the moment, wicket conservation is the key.
Onside has been the target for the Bangladesh batters now. Lot of runs, lot of singles in fact came from that very zone.
And the fielders are stationed on the onside in the deep as well. There's the deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg, long on. So 3 fielders in the deep. On the offside, they've got a mid-off pushed on to long off as well.
Slightly floaty, got the inside part of the bat. Gets a single, does Subhana Mustari.
She's been prolific for Bangladesh in the T20I format. ICC Women's Player of the Month for January 2026. 256 runs from the World Cup qualifiers.
Again, turns and really keeps things tight for the batter. End of the over. After 9, it's 54 for 4. The skipper brings herself back into the attack. Chamari Atapattu bowled a solitary over, gave 7 runs and picked up a wicket.
That was the big wicket of Joita, and after that, there was a mini collapse for Bangladesh.
Well played. Played it so late. And a single on offer for Bangladesh.
No pace on the ball whatsoever from Chamari Atapattu, which is why, even opening the face of the bat, Mustari could not find the boundary on that occasion.
On the shorter side, straight to long on. The Bangladesh batters are failing to take the full toll of the short deliveries.
Singles would do at the moment. Bangladesh probably thinking 10 and over for the last 10 overs would be a target.
Will be a daunting task, getting 10 and over in all 10 overs. Of course, it will be a mountain to climb. Tossing it up, Chamari Atapattu, Subhana Mustari not finding the gaps.
Still tentative, both the batters. Not willing to take risks at the moment, which is logical.
Again, took the pace off floaty. Subhana Mustari being circumspect. After 10, it's 56 for 4 and it's time for some drinks.
স্টেডিয়ামে উপস্থিত সবার মনোযোগ আকর্ষণ করছি আইসিসি
Kavisha Dilhari to continue. 2 overs, none for 7 so far. Use of feet from Shorna. Just picks up a single.
In the ODI series, in the first match, Dilhari went expensive, was the most expensive bowler from the Lankan side. But the comeback was supreme, was so frugal in the next 2 matches.
Well bowled, slight appeal. Subhana Mostari has struggled since she came on. Did not have a good outing in the field as well. Quite a few mishaps in the field, fumbles, missed opportunities, missed catches. Just carrying that into her bat as well. Still no gaps found. This is getting difficult for Bangladesh.
And also the difference between the ball and the runs needed is increasing after every dot. 105 runs needed now from the last 57. It's going to be a hard battle for the home side.
That's sliding down the leg. Probably the only issue that Kavisha had, extracting too much turn.
And also pitching the ball exactly in the middle and leg, which is not the right line to bowl this particular delivery.
Some width found, and that will find the gap. A test for the outfield, a test for the fielders. They've done well. Won't stop a couple of runs being taken.
Was the test for the batters as well, but they have also passed in taking a couple of runs, which was there. So this is how runs have to be picked by the Bangladesh batters. Gaps are needed to be found. They need to turn the singles into doubles as the boundaries are not there.
Again, keeping it tight within the stumps here. Kavisha Dilhari trying to field of her own bowling. The spikes hitting a wet area close by. It's been a very slow partnership, 17 of 32. Bangladesh have not usually been very good chasers, especially when they have to chase those big runs. They've got some power about them. Shorna can hit big. Subhana Mostari, we know she can play with a very high strike rate. Had a strike rate of 145 in the World Cup qualifiers. Was in prolific form. Need to show glimpses of that. Another over comes to an end after 11. Bangladesh 62 for 4. Sugandhika with a new over, slightly short. Haven't seen boundaries scored in a long time now. The first 4 overs yielded 40 runs and the next 23 runs coming from the next 7 overs and 1 delivery. So this is really where Sri Lanka have strangled Bangladesh. No one in the deep, but still can't find the gap.
The point you mentioned, Parvez, at that point, Bangladesh were scoring 11 per over during the power play, and the asking rate was something around 6. But now the asking rate is 11, and Bangladesh are scoring around 5.5. So how the table has turned.
Exactly, you'll have to be on point for every phase of the game, especially in the middle overs, the middle phase where Sri Lanka dominated. Samara Wickrama played a handy knock. Dulani as well. That partnership really took the game away from Bangladesh. They were finding those 4s and 6s with regularity. And off the back foot. Quick single taken.
This partnership is building slowly, but of course not in a manner that Bangladesh will be needing to chase this total. As the time progresses, things are getting much more difficult for the home side.
That's flighted, inside edge. Slightly lucky there, the batter. Sri Lankans have understood kind of variations they need to produce in this particular bowling innings. Sugandhika, using all her experience, was expensive in her first, conceded 14 runs, but then she made a very good comeback in the next couple of overs. 1 more delivery left. Short, not allowing Sharna any room. Excellent end to the over. Bangladesh 66 for 4. That's the run rate graph here. Not a good looking one for Bangladesh. They've lost 4 wickets in the 9 to 12 over phase, just scoring 13 runs less than Sri Lanka at this point. 2 wickets more have fallen for Bangladesh as well, so they're really on the back foot. Subhana Mustari on strike. Malki Madara comes back. She has been menacing with the ball. Steps out, no pace given. Risky single to be taken. It's completed in the end as I welcome back Saeed Abid Hossain Sami into the comm box.
Thank you very much, Parvez. It has been the struggling stuff by both the Bangladeshi batters. Shobana Mustari conceding 22 deliveries for her 10. On the other hand, Sharna Akhtar being a bit proactive, conceding 18 for her 11. After the loss of the first wicket, it has been all disaster by the Bangladeshi batting lineup.
Nicely struck straight down the ground. This is positive batting from Sharna Akhtar. Picks up a boundary.
That's the positive intent which is really required at this moment. Sharna Akhtar holding her pose. That's a brilliant shot played by Sharna. Have a look at the replay. Pitching it up. Sharna Akhtar just goes down over the bowler set. One bounce to the fence. That's been brilliant.
These are the areas which Samara Vikrama and Dulani targeted as well, straight down the ground over the bowler's head. Slower delivery, good variation.
That has been the key feature of Madara. The previous delivery, it was very much full-on, pace-on delivery that really helped the batter to play the shot. The next one, a slight variation, just getting off to the pace and enforcing the batter to rock back and produce a wrist work to purchase the single.
Waits for it, finds the gap, Subhana Mustari. She's excellent at those cuts. Gets the boundary she needed.
That was poetry of the blade. Shobhana Mustari using the pace of the ball. That was a cracking cut shot. Bisecting between two fielders, purchases the boundary. It was short and wide, in between two fielders. Shobhana Mustari played the shot with perfection.
That will give her a lot of confidence now. Has been struggling since she came on. Partnership had to be built. It's going on at the moment. 32 runs between these two. Makes some room again. Tries to pierce that offside field. Just get the single. So Bangladesh gradually trying to up the tempo.
It's been a comeback over for Bangladesh at this particular stage. In this over, a couple of boundaries ensured by both the batters, and that's been brilliant by Madara. Every time after conceding a boundary, a narrow comeback by the variation.
And a single to end the 12-run over. Productive from Bangladesh's perspective. After 13, Bangladesh 78 for 4. The clouds are looming over the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium one more time. The clouds of uncertainty looming over Bangladesh as well. A very difficult run chase. 162 is the target. Chamari continues. Uses the feet from Shorna. Will pick up the first one quickly. Will go for the second. And finds that nicely. Good call.
I was analyzing the bowling variation of Chamari Atapattu. Every time she's coming and purchasing the breakthrough for her team, and Bangladeshi batters are enforced to become very much tentative while playing Chamari Atapattu. I think that is because of the trajectory. In the previous occasion, it was the flighted one. This time, a flatter one. That is really very much confusing for the batting side, because every time she's been changing the trajectory of her ball.
It's interesting as well that she doesn't tend to pitch the ball up. She's actually wanting the batter to play off the back foot, and she has ample protection in the deep as well. A long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square. Went for a variation, went full this time.
This time pitching it up. In the previous occasion, enforcing the batter to rock back, pulling the length back. And that has been the deceiving factor every time for the batters, because they're not that much set enough to predict whether the ball is coming into the hitting arc. This time chipped it into the air. Very much tentative, very much tentative.
Not sure where to go at Shorna. There was a leading edge. Wanted to close the face of the bat quick enough. Lucky to get that single. Subhana goes for it and gives her wicket away in the process. Chamari Atapattu not celebrating much, but she knows she's done the job.
This is the line and the length I have been talking about, and also the ball was holding its length, not getting the turn, not getting the deviation, not getting the movement. The ball was just straight holding its line. enforcing the batter to come forward and go for the shot. Shobhana Mostari on that occasion wanted to play that with the turn, but the turn was not there. By the grace of some brilliant bowling by 𝗂𝗧𝗧 once again, coming in, purchasing the breakthrough. Shobhana Mostari, she has to depart of 16, playing 28 deliveries on her card.
Hiding the ball behind. A lot of mystery about 𝗂𝗧𝗧 using all her experience. New batter Rabia Khan pulls that quicker back of the hand delivery to end another successful over. Another breakthrough for Sri Lanka. Bangladesh struggling 83 for 5 after 14.
So that has been the sad-looking batting card for Bangladesh. In the up, 𝗬𝗓𝗓 and 𝗬𝗧 𝗏𝗏𝗏 had a flying start. 𝗬𝗓𝗓 scoring 23 of 14. 𝗬𝗧 𝗏𝗏𝗏 followed the same route, scoring 16 of 12. But after that, a sad-looking scorecard by Sharmin Shupta, scoring just a single run. Nigar Sultana Jyoti was not bothering the scorers this time, taking the aerial route. That goes high. That goes over the fence for a maximum.
What a blow from Sharna Akter. As long as she's in there, she will keep on hitting. From the under-19s, has had the reputation of hitting those big sixes. This is just the first game, and a combined 8 sixes being hit by Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. The latest one coming off the bat of Sharna Akter. Moves on to 27. Batting at above 100 strike rate now. Change of angle from Dilhari, coming in around the wicket.
I think right now she has to take on the bowlers and she has to take the maximum amount of responsibility. Sharna Akter being one of the last recognized batters, scoring 28 of 26. She can use the feet very well, very much proactive. She knows when to rock back, when to go forward. Right now, Dilhari changing the angle, coming around the wicket for the right-hander.
She'll need to find those singles, yes, and give Sharna the strike back. Probably that's the only way Bangladesh can get close to this target.
Definitely. They had a flying start right now. At this stage, Bangladesh is 91 for 5 and Sri Lanka were 108 for 2. They are very much well ahead of 17 runs.
Very good. This is very good from 𝗂𝗃𝗃. Best use of the angle coming in around the wicket.
And definitely that has been the pace, which is actually very much well enough to deceive the batter on that occasion, because every time she's been tossing it up. And with a little bit of pace this time, deceived Sharna Akter.
Will get a single easily here, Sharna. She's looking the better of the two batters at the moment. Probably Bangladesh's only hope. Still needs 70 of 31 deliveries. Not an impossible task, but very improbable based on the numbers that Bangladesh have from previous experience and previous occasions. Rabia goes big. There is a fielder. One bounce onto her. Doesn't go for the catch. And one run will end over number 15. Productive from Bangladesh's point of view. After 15, Bangladesh 93 for 5.
Bowling card for the Sri Lankan women. Madara starting the proceeding for Sri Lankans, purchasing a couple of important wickets, conceding just 18. Mithali, the slinging one, purchasing a single wicket, conceding 18. After that, Sukandika still yet to purchase a wicket. 𝗂𝗧𝗧𝗏, the bowler with the golden arm, purchasing a couple of wickets when it's very much needed. Two breakthroughs provided by 𝗂𝗧𝗏, bowling those deceiving kind of deliveries to the right-handers. This time change in the bowling. 𝗵𝗺𝗽, the slinger, once again came back to action. Starts off with a hint of movement. It was shaping away from the right-hander, missing that completely.
Very surprised there, Rabia. Almost an unplayable delivery from 𝗵𝗺𝗽. Very, very sidearm. Goodness me, that's the kind of round arm action bowling that is a nightmare for a batter.
This time coming ahead just to cut off the swing on that occasion, but missing that completely once again. It was the hint of movement which has been the key feature of 𝗵𝗺𝗽 in this particular innings.
Will be a big learning curve for 𝗵𝗺𝗽. Her debut has impressed on debut. Was under pressure after the first over, conceded quite a few runs, but then made an excellent comeback.
This time slashing it hard, finds the gap, one bounce, two bounce, rolling towards the fence. A chase on for the fielder, but ended up reaching to the fence on that occasion.
Making good use of the pace there, Rabia. Went full throttle, slashed it hard enough. There was a fielder in the deep. 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 put in a valiant effort, but the ball was just winning that race. So the 30th 4 of the match coming off the bat of Rabia, who gets her first. Bangladesh 97 for 5. They need lots more of this. The required run rate is 14.44, which means they need multiple boundaries every over to get close to the total.
Very good comeback. A slight appeal by the cover fielders, but it was a bumped one, I guess. Yes, it was. And the umpire refers for the third umpire. So by the grace of technology, we have an out on offer, and Rabia Khan, she has to depart. The confusion arises when Rabia Khan, after playing the shot, whether the ball was bumped onto the ground or not. And by the grace of technology, the TV umpire, Sathiraja Jesse, was confirmed that no, it was not bumped. It was straight to the fielder, and the catch was taken sharply. So another wicket goes down for Bangladesh.
What a debut she's having. Mithali Ayodhya picking up her second. Rabia walks off. Just started off with that boundary. Could not follow up. 6 of 7. Nicely taken catch by fielder in the covers as well. So Bangladesh losing wickets in heaps. The 6th wicket down.
Sultana Khatunan, the new batter in, had a very good outing with the ball. In this particular match, picks up a couple of wickets to restrict Sri Lankans to 161. And they really had a very good start, Bangladesh, with the bat. But all of a sudden, losing the momentum, losing wickets on regular intervals. Straight, right on the money. Another deceiving delivery by the bowler. The slinging action did the trick. End of the over. It's 97 for 6 Bangladesh.
So 65 needed of 24 deliveries, required run rate of 16.25. The final 4 overs of this match. And Bangladesh have a steep task in hand. As I welcome my co-commentator Alif Tasnim to the comm box, Nahida Akter will be on strike. Sugandhika will bowl from the far end. Steps out but doesn't find the length. Just picks up the single now. Where do Bangladesh go from here, Alif?
Well, it's a very difficult question to answer, but I reckon from this point in time they should be eyeing to play out all the 20 overs, all the deliveries available. Sugandhika has had a very good outing with the ball in hand.
Well bowled, big appeal. Probably the bounce and also the drift, taking it outside leg stump. Bit of surprise to see Sultana Khatun coming to bat ahead of someone like a Nahida. Probably has better batting credentials. Probably just trying to play out the 20 overs, which is not a positive intent being shown by Bangladesh here.
Absolutely, and there is no equation of run rate as well. So I don't think that should have been the ploy, but it seems like they have taken that ploy and now persisting with it. 99 for 6 Bangladesh.
Slightly fuller, but Sharna not brave enough to go for that big shot. Will go for the first, will run for the second. Tough task for Sultana Khatun. A direct hit could have been curtains. She survives and Sharna keeps strike. 61 needed of 20.
Too much pace on that throw. It was too quick for the bowler to collect and then break the stumps. As we can see the replay, yes, she was way short of the crease, but the bowler couldn't really gather and then break the stump. So 100 on the board for Bangladesh. It's 101 for 6. Sharna batting on 32 from 30.
Makes room, goes over the top. Can't beat the fielder at covers. A bit of risk taken there. Might have to be rechecked. Was a valiant effort from the fielder at long off. Had to run a long way.
For a moment it looked like she may have made a mess while pulling the ball back. The third umpire will have the boundary check. 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 was there on that occasion. Yes, one leg was outside the line of the boundary rope and she was touching the ball while having the feet touching the ground, so it's signaled as a boundary for Sharna. A very good effort eventually goes in vain.
It's a good strike nonetheless. 𝗁𝗏 moving on to 36 of 31, probably ruining the fact that Bangladesh could not give her an opportunity. She goes straight, but straight to the fielder and dropped. Hasseini Pereira having a tough time in the middle. Nahida Akter gets a life.
She has her luck on her favor, Nahida Akter. Got a boundary in the previous delivery again, going over the top, finding the fielder. This was a sitter, absolutely a dully, but put down by Hasseini Pereira. That's the end of the 17. Bangladesh are 106 for 6.
In comes the skipper. 𝗁𝗏 out. Will just pick up a single.
Bangladesh still fighting, but of course fighting a lost battle. The match has completely tilted in favor of the Lankans, and something miraculous has to happen if Bangladesh wants to win this game.
Almost 20 to the over from here on. Sultana will get a single, won't run the second, and should not, to be honest, since the only hope Bangladesh have is if 𝗁𝗏 is on strike and hits those big boundaries.
Absolutely, and she's here just to minimize the margin of defeat for Bangladesh. If the second one was attempted, then 𝗁𝗏 was the one. In fact, 𝗁𝗏 had to make the call for taking that second.
Just pick up a single. Nothing much happening here for Bangladesh, as they're slowly giving up on this run chase. 53 needed now of 15.
The Lankans won't be bothered about the singles. They know that the singles won't really hurt them. A long walk to be made by the Bangladesh batters.
Should be a sprint. Another misfield from Malki Madara. Sultana will get a single. No boundaries in the over so far.
Attempted by Sultana, was looking to wind up, but hasn't found the middle of the blade. This has been a problem for the Bangladesh batters after the power plays. Their efforts weren't really successful.
The more you say, the more you have to appreciate the effort from Chamariyatapattu, the captain, the batter, the bowler as well. She's been such a bright spot for Sri Lanka. When she ends her spell with a brilliant delivery, Sri Lanka are in the ascendancy at the moment. Bangladesh need 51 of 12 after 18, 111 for 6. 𝗁𝗏 battling the lone battle. Walks into that shot, sliced away. A chase for the fielder at short third. Makes the dive, Chamariyatapattu. They'll have to be satisfied with a couple of runs there.
She's everywhere. You can't really keep her out of the game. With the bat in hand, with the ball in hand. In terms of fielding, jack of all trades. What else could be used to describe her efforts for the game? Again, we're having the second look in that excellent effort. Diving and then pulling the ball back. That's a big strike. That's gone a long way up. And it's gone all the way for 6. What a strike from Shorna.
Oh, she's entertaining the Bangladesh fans out here. And those of you who are watching, 48 of 37, Nahida Akter. She's been the lone bright spot here for Bangladesh, batting down the order. Just look at that strike, clean as a whistle. It was a length ball, and she smashed that over the long-on fielder. Absolutely deserves something. Personal milestone, fast approaching for Shorna, moves on to 49.
Has been the solitary warrior for Bangladesh with a bat. She loves that zone long on. Already hit a 6 previously through that zone. Even the first 6 of the ODI series came from Shorna's bat.
Some improvisation and good fielding, good anticipation from the fielder at short fine. Will just keep the batters to a single. So Shorna on 49 of 38 will give a little bit of hope to Bangladesh that they've got someone lower down the order who can score those quick runs. Probably today was just too much for her to handle it by herself. Some help from the other end could have definitely aided the cause for Bangladesh. Played in softly, gets her single and gets to 50. The first half century in women's T20Is for Nahida Akter as she raises her hand. But of course, won't be able to get her team through the line for the victory here. 50 of 39 deliveries, 2 4s and 2 6s, a strike rate of 128.21. Something to show for.
Absolutely a great innings under pressure. Really fought with a lot of courage, and her Shorna deserves a lot of appreciation.
She absolutely does. Look at the spring in her steps. She knows the equation mathematically out of reach for Bangladesh now. 39 needed of 7. Still within reach. I mean, everything has to go for a 6 from here on, which is very improbable. Slower, back of the hand. Sultana will keep strike, and with that, probably Bangladesh's hope of winning the game is also done and dusted. After 19, 124 for 6. Sultana to take first strike. In comes Mithali. Very impressive, the slinger. Goes for the bye. Shorna wants to strike. Direct hit. This will be close. Shorna believes she has made her ground, but this will have to be checked. She made it. She's well in, is Shorna. And will take strike here. This will be an interesting little battle. Well, the war is over. Sri Lanka have won this one. Probably. Barring Mithali doesn't go and bowl a couple of no balls, probably. Bangladesh still need a lot of runs here from here on to win the game, which is mathematically impossible at the moment. Sliced away, past the keeper. Has got enough legs on it for another boundary.
It was very, very wide from Shorna. She reached for it. Had a thick outside edge, which was away from the keeper. Yes, just eluding the keeper. and leading the fielder at deep third as well. A fortunate for 𝗵𝗺𝗃's team, and she deserves a bit of luck the way she's batted throughout this innings.
Bangladesh should probably rue the catching opportunities that they missed, a few misfields that happened. Oh, that's an impossible delivery to defend.
Absolutely a ripper of a ball. Heading the Yorker zone, there was some swing on offer in the air as well. Look how the ball shaped in the air. Oh, wow. What a ball. A pitch of a delivery.
If you need a reminder of what Lasith Malinga used to do, that's exactly what he used to do. Sliced away. Will definitely go for the second. Fielder not very intent in pushing hard for that. The match is all but won for Sri Lanka. Just the 2 deliveries remain.
Tried to open the face of the blade. 𝗂𝗏 did so, but there wasn't enough power behind the shot. She wanted to time the ball, but not much pace from the bowler to help her cause 131 for 6 Bangladesh.
Yorker again, not from the best part of the bat there. 𝗂𝗏 denies the single, so she wants to play out the final delivery. There will be some positives for Bangladesh to get from this defeat even. And that mini collapse that happened where Jyoti and 𝗃𝗃 got out very cheaply. Probably that's where Bangladesh lost in this run chase.
Absolutely, and the skipper Nigar and Jyoti also couldn't contribute much. Full toss, and that has been dealt so nicely by 𝗂𝗏. A boundary, and it's a no ball as well. So it will be a free hit and 1 more ball to be bowled.
Too little, too late. Overexcitement from Mithali Ayodhya trying to hit the block hole, probably slipped out of her hand. She's been very impressive nonetheless. The numbers show that she's been a tad bit expensive, but she is the X factor, the future for Sri Lanka. And that was a brilliantly struck shot from 𝗂𝗏. Cool-headed, knew where the gap was, just guided it over the short fine leg fielder. This is the free hit. Effort ball, 𝗂𝗏 runs for the single and the direct hit. A wicket of the final ball of the match, and Sri Lanka wrap things up. An impressive outing for Sri Lanka in the first of the 3-match T20I series here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. It's all smiles for the Lankan Lionesses.
It was straight to the fielder and the throw was spot on. No need to check for the third umpire. And that's the victory in the first of the 3 T20Is for the Lankans. They have completely outplayed Bangladesh in all the sections, in batting, in bowling, in fielding. They were a much better team, and the result is also reflecting that Bangladesh didn't have the best of their days. A lot of fumbles in the field. The bowlers didn't look to be venomous, and there was a mini collapse which really broke the backbone of the batting order.
And there you go. The Bangladesh team striding out for the customary handshake with the winners of this game, Sri Lanka. Charmaine Shupta would be disappointed with her outing today. Could not score those runs. Got out within the power plays. Nigar Sultana Jyoti will have a lot to think about. In recent times, she's been struggling with the bowling form of her side. We've seen that throughout the ODI series and also in this T20I. The first game, but the Bangladesh bowlers and the fielders were not at their best. Congratulations to Sri Lanka. They've won their first game in this series. They've taken the lead deservedly. Bangladesh will have a tough time coming back into the series. Just 2 more matches to go. It will be up to the batters, the bowlers, in all departments, will need to make some stark improvement if they want to remain competitive in this series. A nice little cameo from Nahida Akter in the end to entertain all of us out here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. The clouds had threatened, but no rainfall, and the match is done. And it goes in Sri Lanka's favour. 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 led her side so well. Some good batting performances followed by a disciplined bowling performance from Sri Lanka. A professional defence of their target. This is the Bangladesh card. The opening stand, flying start for Bangladesh given by Dilara and Juraira. But after both of them were gone, Sharmin, Shupta and Jyoti got out cheaply. Mustari struggled for her 16. It was only Sharna who was the biggest bright spot in this batting card. 60 of 45 getting run out in the final delivery of this match. But even that wasn't enough for Bangladesh. 136 for 7 they end up with. Eight extra runs being given by Sri Lanka in the process, who were very disciplined. Just the 5 bowlers bowled. Madara completing her 4 overs, 2 for 32. Mithali as well on her debut, 2 for 34. 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃, 2 for 19 from her 4. And Sugandhika and Kavisha supported well. Fall of wickets. The Bangladesh wickets fell at regular intervals, and that caused the main issue for the home side as they failed to chase down a target of 162 in this game. That's how the Bangladesh innings transpired. That flying start from Dilara and Joita. They were a sight to watch. They were going over the top, consistently beating the fielders on the infield. Very harsh on the spinners as well. Sugandhika very expensive in her first spell, but in came 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃, conceded a boundary from Joita and then picked up the wicket. And right after that, the collapse for Bangladesh began. That was an easy catch being given. Sharmin Shupta the one. Jyoti struggled. Just the 2 deliveries could not disturb the scorers. A few edges going here and there. Bangladesh picking up a few rare boundaries. That was played across the line, and Dilara's promising innings came to an end, giving Mithali Ayodhya her first wicket in international cricket. Nahida Akter came in, hit some nice blows. Shabana Mustari wanting to up the tempo, deceived by 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 one more time. Another wicket for Mithali Ayodhya, who had a great outing on her debut. Rabia Khan was her second. Nahida Akter went on in her merry way, kept on finding those gaps, hitting those boundaries. The Sri Lankan fielders toiled hard, a few streaky edges as well, luck going Sharna's way. She kept on hitting and hitting till the final ball, where she got run out from a direct hit, and that sealed the game for Sri Lanka. Professional defense of the 161 that they scored. Sri Lanka win by 25 runs in the first women's T20I. The match summary: Sri Lanka losing the toss, batting first, 161 for 4. A couple of half centuries from Harshita Samaravikrama and Imesha Dulani, supported by 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. Sultana picking up 2, Marufa and Nahida 1 each. In reply, Bangladesh 136 for 7 from their 20. Nahida Akter's half century, her first in women's T20Is, wasn't enough for Bangladesh. Sri Lanka win the game by 25 runs, a couple of wickets each for Madara, Mithali and 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. Now it's time for the post-match presentation. We're going downstairs with Syed Abid Hussain Sami.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation. It was a gloomy and overcast condition to play cricket here at Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Winning the toss, deciding to bowl first, Bangladesh were managed to restrict Sri Lankans within 161, but it was some brilliant bowling effort by the Sri Lankans that actually restricted Bangladesh and ensuring the victory for Sri Lanka over 25 runs against Bangladesh. Into the presentation party, let me introduce Mr. 𝗂𝗃𝗪𝐶, Administrator, 𝗓 City Corporation, former Director, Bangladesh Cricket Board. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. Starting the proceeding, I'd like to request Ms. 𝗃𝗺𝗃𝗍 𝗂𝗃, Bangladesh captain, to please come forward and have a few words. 𝗃𝗺, during the chase, you really had your moments. It was a flying start between two of your openers, Dahlia and Joyita, but all of a sudden, a loss of momentum that really did the trick for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I think we started really well in the power play, but we lost so many wickets in the 5th over. So I think it cost us really. And I think Sharna batted really well throughout the innings. So
A bit of struggle in the middle by Shobana Mostari, who has been the nucleus of Bangladesh batting side for last 1.5 years. Is it a part of the game or any kind of injury concern, any kind of niggles?
I don't think so, because she's been very consistent for the team, but today it was a different game. Maybe she was trying to be settled down in the middle, because she knew that if she could be there, maybe sometimes, you know, one partnership can change a game. But still, she's a wonderful player. I think she will come back in the next game.
Talking about your bowling effort, I think the condition was very much gloomy, very much overcast. Winning the toss, deciding to field first was a right decision, and your bowlers did play their part, but fielding has been a matter of concern, especially the ground fielding.
Especially, I think, yes, it's been very concerning for us. In the ODIs, we've also seen like we lack so many runs for the about fielding. So today is the same, but I think we need to work on that, and definitely we really wanted to improve on this area.
Thank you so much, 𝗃𝗺𝗃𝗧, and thank you so much, and best of luck for the rest of the series. That was Bangladesh captain, Ms. 𝗃𝗺𝗃𝗍 𝗂𝗃. Right now, we have an award to be presented for the player of the match. And we had a couple of performances throughout the game. We had Himesha Dulani scoring 55, but it's for her 61 of 35. It's Harshita Samaravikrama, the player of the match of this particular match. And the player of the match award will be handed over by Mr. 𝗂𝗃𝗪𝗍𝗃, Administrator, 𝗓 City Corporation, former Director, Bangladesh Cricket Board. Harshita Samaravikrama, 61 runs of 35 deliveries. Harshita, every time when Harshita Samaravikrama scores a half century for Sri Lanka, it's a sure shot win. So what's the tonic?
I just play my normal game. According to the situation, I just play my normal game.
Talking about your batting approach, when you came into the bat, certainly it was not the best condition to bat on, but you came onto the pitch, then take a bit of time dealing with the singles, and after that, just the firepower started. So that is your way to play T20 cricket?
Yes, yes, of course. I just play normal game. Yeah, according to the situation, I play.
Having a senior partner like Chamariyatupatu, that really makes everything easy into the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. 𝗂𝗃𝗪𝗃𝗧 is a legend. She always share her knowledge also. So it's a great honor to play with her.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Harshita, and best of luck for your future. Right now, I'd like to request Ms. Chamariyatupatu, the Sri Lankan captain, to please come forward. Chamari, first of all, congratulations for winning the match over Bangladesh. First of all, your bowling has been very much underrated because of the greatness of your batting. But every time when your team requires a breakthrough, you just come here and purchase a wicket. So what is the secret behind it?
Nothing else. Keep it simple is our mantra, nothing else. And we execute our right plan, right time. And we take the stump. So we play now cricket according to our plan. So that's why we won this game.
I was asking the same question to Harshita, that it's not certainly the best condition to bat on, very much gloomy, very much overcast, but you came here to bat, take a bit of time, and then you just showed your firepower. So what was the plan in between while you were having your time?
Actually, I feel the condition is not bad, though. The condition, the wicket is really good. Unfortunately, the outfield is not good because of the weather, the rainy. But as a professional team, we can't blame the condition. We have to execute our right plan, right, and that's the most important thing. And as a batting unit, we execute these plans, and especially in power play, we try our best to score our potential, and we play now fearless cricket in first 6 overs. So yeah, we lost 1 wicket, but we batted really good throughout the game.
How does it feel to see the young chaps performing and uplifting their standard and playing at the highest level? We have seen 𝗵𝗺 𝗬𝗠𝗎 scoring a half century, also 𝗂𝗁𝐻 𝗂𝗪 just uplifting their standard and performing into the international side. And that must be a proud moment for you as being the Akka.
Yeah, definitely. As a captain, as a senior player, I'm really proud of my young girls and the seniors as well, because without seniors, youngsters can't perform. So seniors always support them, and the youngsters doing really good. Especially 𝗵𝗺 𝗬𝗠𝗎 throughout this tournament, she's playing really good cricket, and Harshita also, and Hasini. We saw how she played in the last ODI as well. So these are the positive things in my side. I hope we can continue this performance in this tournament and as well as World Cup as well.
Thank you so much, 𝗂𝗪. Thank you so much for being so sportive.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. So that was it. That was it from the post-match presentation. Back to the combox.
A little bit of hope for Nigar Sultana Jyoti and a lot of established performances from the Sri Lankan side led by Chamariyatha Pattu. And that's the match summary for game number 1. Sri Lanka 161 for 4, 50s from Harshita and 𝗬𝗠𝗎. In reply, Bangladesh 136 for 7 from their 20 overs, and Sri Lanka win the first match by 25 runs. There are some positives in the defeat for the home side, but Sri Lanka winning the first game so convincingly would be very confident. Moving on to the second game, which will be held on the 30th of April in Bangladesh time, 1:20 p.m. will be live from the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. And with that, we've come to the end of the coverage. See you after a while. Yes.